Welcome to Gazelles Softball on Yankton, streaming on YouTube. Brought to you by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. This broadcast is made possible by the following Sportscaster Club members: Midwest Insurance Agency, Murph's Appliance, Yankton Thrive, Stockman's Motorsports, Les Schwab Tires, Linda's Angel Crossing, MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency, Vichet, Elwood Dental, Floortech Restoration, Angela's Mexican Store, Yankton Rexall, KFC Taco Bell, SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, Slumberland, Larry's Heating and Cooling, America's Best Realty, Larson Carpet, Anytime Fitness, King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, Yankton Medical Clinic, All Seasons Power Sports, Kaiser Heating and Cooling, JR's Oasis, Intech Cleaning and Restoration, The Bone Setter, Triple Time Rudy's, Meridian Photo, Graham Tire, Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, Kalen's Indoor Comfort, H&H Roofing, Boss's Pizza and Chicken, Wall of Fame, and Ravin Books. Now, for the Anytime Fitness pregame show with the voice of Yankton Athletics, Zach Spear.
Play ball! And welcome to Beresford, South Dakota, as we have got a windy one here outside. Something special about broadcasting outside, as I think the gusts of 30 miles per hour, according to the Weather Service, underestimated how much wind we're going to have here. Feels like 50 mile an hour wind gusts, and we're going to have to just make it through here, and hopefully the equipment doesn't fly away. It's Yankton Softball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for over 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey with 2 locations, downtown and North Broadway, Yankton. It's the only game of the week for the Yankton Gazelles as the school starts prepping for graduation. They're on the road, and it's to take on the Beresford Watchdogs at Jack Lawrence Memorial Field. Coming into this game, the Gazelles are currently 6-10 compared to the Watchdogs, who are 12-6. Yankton in AA currently sits at 11th, while the Watchdogs are number 4 in Class A. Both teams in action not so long ago, as Beresford took on Tri-Valley just last night, as well as on Saturday. They split the 2 games, and that's a very good Tri-Valley team. For Yankton, they come off a weekend that saw 3 games between Friday and Saturday, in which they fell to Rapid City Stevens and Sturgis Brown, while defeating Spearfish. The numbers on this season: Yankton putting up 8.5 runs per game, Beresford just over 9 runs per game. On the defensive side, the Gazelles allowing 9.5 runs per game to Beresford 6.5. Last year they did match up, and Yankton pulled out a 12-run victory of 15-3. Against teams 500 or better, Yankton 1-10 on the season, 5-0 against teams below 500. And for Beresford, they're 8-6 against teams that are 500 or better, 3-0 against teams under 500. You know, one thing that jumps off the page with these numbers, they've taken on a combined 25 teams with a winning record, only played 8 teams with a losing record between the 2 teams. They don't make schedules much more difficult than that. Entering the game, the Watchdogs put up 1 more run than Yankton while allowing about 3 less, but of course there is a difference in class. Looking at Yankton in AA, they're in 11th, but it does feel like there's room to move up before the Sodak 16. Of course, if they want to, there's one easy solution: win games. We'll see if they're up to the challenge as it starts here today against a very good Class A team in the Beresford Watchdogs. I did get a chance to talk with both head coaches ahead of this matchup. It's Matt Storo for the Beresford Watchdogs, and as always, head coach Jill Muth of the Gazelles. We'll step aside for a moment on our Anytime Fitness of Yankton pregame show, Let's Make Healthy Happen. When we return, we'll start with that chat with Matt Storo of the Beresford Watchdogs.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
should have had those brakes checked. At Graham Tire, it's all about safety. Tire mounting, balancing, wheel alignment, and shocks and struts and batteries, oil changes, and lube service. Graham Tire does these every day, and there's over an acre of tires. Graham Tire has them all, big and small. Tires for cars, trucks, campers, trailers, big rigs, and tracks. Honesty and integrity is a matter of pride since 1951. Graham Tire, Yankton.
Midwest Insurance Agency values family. Our agency has been family-run for over 60 years. We pride ourselves on excellent, knowledgeable customer service. This day and age, everyone is so eager to have an immediate response with a quote. But at Midwest Insurance, we take our time and evaluate your assets and make sure you are properly insured. We take those what-ifs very seriously. As we continue on our family business with hopes of our children, Brooke or Jet, taking over in the future, we will continue to be there for you always. Come be a part of our family. Midwest Insurance Agency, 3016 Piper Street, Yankton.
Welcome to JR's Oasis, your one-stop food and gas shop. Proud to serve Phillips 66 regular, premium, and diesel fuel. After fueling, go inside for slushies and shakes, ice cream cones, and now offering a full line of healthy, chilled items and snacks. JR's hot menu is great for breakfast, lunch, and supper, featuring the famous Hammer Breakfast Sandwich and fresh hand-patty burgers. Try the new Cafe Tango frozen coffees for that extra boost of deliciousness. JR's Oasis, East Highway 50, Yankton.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
On our Coaches Conversations, now chatting with Beresford Watchdogs head coach Matt Storrow. Coach, how are you doing today?
Oh, doing pretty well. Weather's pretty nice out, so not a lot to complain about, like maybe in earlier April.
Right, and a lot of teams missing so much in that early part of the season. Can you tell me about the year that you've had so far?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, for complaining about weather, I guess I can't too much because we didn't miss any games that I can recall anyways from weather. We kind of endured some colder weather than what we're used to, perhaps. But we've been pretty lucky the last few years, I think, with some nice springs. So just kind of, getting our footing in April, it felt like. And, lately we've been playing some pretty good softball here, kind of hitting our stride here as we get closer to postseason, which has obviously been the goal all along.
And just looking at your schedule, lots of very good teams that you've played. And lastly, Tri-Valley twice. You split those. What does it say about your team that they can compete with the best?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely the mindset from day one, 4 years ago till now, is that, we're going to try to do difficult things and make it seem easier because you do them so often, right? I mean, normalize hard. And that's kind of the goal there, is play the best. And, if it ends up us missing the Sodac 16 because we played too many good teams, well, I guess then that's what's going to happen. But fortunately, we haven't had that issue. But, it's kind of just a testament to these girls and their ability to battle. And, Saturday, when we faced Tri-Valley, they were in the same situation. It was our third game for both teams. We just maybe running on fumes a little bit, and they got on us pretty quick in the game, and we didn't give up, battled back. We just couldn't get a whole lot going. And last night was one of those just games that you never really forget. Pretty epic game, back and forth both ways. I mean, they hit a 3-run homer in the top of the 7th to take the lead. We hit a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 7th to end it, right? So it's just a testament to their ability to be super competitive and do whatever it takes to put themselves in position to win a ball game.
And coming up, you host the Yankton Gazelles. What are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, they're going to be a tough game for us again. Everybody looks at PowerPoints and all those things and all, standings and stuff like that. And, Yankton, we played O'Gorman earlier this year, and we played Yankton last year. And it's kind of been a game on repeat, both of those two matchups in the last season, last 12 months or whatever when we played Yankton last year. And it's just, they're tough. It's another tough team. If they were playing in Class A, they would have a much better record. It's going to be a quality opponent for sure. We're looking forward to it. Part of the reason to try to play a game like this is just because we know that, like, it's not gonna, PowerPoint stuff's not gonna help us a whole lot either way, help or hurt us. I don't think either way. But it's going to be a game that tests our will and tests our ability to execute things. And frankly, it's a new opponent for us too. Like, it's different people. That we don't know each other as well. It's not somebody that we're overly scouting or watching film on to try to gain some advantages on, because we know ultimately we don't need to beat Yankton to achieve our ultimate goal. But we do want to get after it today, obviously, and play them as well as we possibly can.
Well, Coach, appreciate the time. We should be in for a good one here.
I appreciate it. We'll look forward to seeing you here. It's a little windy today, but the sun's shining, so we'll be in good spirits here, I think.
Again, that was head coach Matt Storrow of the Beresford Watchdogs on our Coaches Conversations. Coming up, our chat with Gazelles head coach Jill Muth.
From simple sniffles to complex health conditions, the primary care providers at Yankton Medical Clinic will not only see you for your annual visits, screenings, and preventative care, but also provides care for the entire family, from pediatrics to adults. With 4 clinic locations and 15 outreach locations throughout South Dakota and Nebraska, compassionate, quality medical care is closer than you think. For more information on providers, services, and locations, visit our website, yanktonmedicalclinic.com.
If you're into hunting, fishing, towing, or just want to blaze the trail, All Seasons has ATVs, UTVs, dirt bikes, and scooters from quality brands like Honda, Yamaha, and CF Moto. Needing watercraft? All Seasons has a large selection of quality boats and wave runners, and we take pride in service after the sale. We have friendly certified technicians that will winterize, summarize, diagnose, and repair your power sports equipment. In business for over 20 years for good reasons. We're All Seasons, Power Sports and Marine in Yankton.
Do you like to read? I love to read. So does Rabin Books, your unique bookstore in Yankton, where you'll find thousands of books from brand new to gently used oldies but goodies, all at unbeatable prices. Trade in your old favorites for credit and be able to explore something new. Whether you're a casual reader or a bookworm, Rabin Books is your next chapter, located at 804 Bill Baggs Road. Rabin Books, where every book finds a home.
Weather around here gets pretty crazy. Are you sure the weather hasn't caused damage to your roof? Let Justice at H&H Roofing in Yankton take any roof damage worries away. He'll come and inspect your roof. Even if you've had an inspection, get a second opinion or re-inspection for your peace of mind. H&H Roofing has built their reputation on working to satisfy homeowners for years. Family owned and operated. H&H Roofing is bonded and insured. Contact Justice today.
Back on our Coaches Conversations, head coach Jill Muth of the Yankton Gazelles. Coming off a busy weekend, let's talk all about Saturday. Both a varsity and JV walk-off home run in the same day and in 3 games. What did you see from your team throughout that day?
Yeah, I think we had some pretty big moments in the day, to have Izzy Gurney get her first varsity at bat and then have it be a grand slam, which I don't think she'd ever had a home run before. So it was her first high school at bat, her first home run, her first grand slam, and it ended the game for us, to get us over the 15-point lead. So that was pretty exciting. And in that game, we had other girls hitting the ball hard. We had Isabel Sheldon get her first, I think, home run on the year. And Reese Gary pitched good. Brenna Elwood came in and pitched pretty good. So overall, I thought our Spearfish game was a really good game for us. And then Sturgis, we had the JV get behind 8-4. And then the last inning, we had Brenna Elwood get her first home run as a walk-off game winner, too. So, we had back-to-back games with some pretty exciting stuff. And then, unfortunately, the third one, the varsity against Sturgis, didn't go our way. We had kind of a tough first inning where we had a couple of errors, and they got out to a 4-0 lead on us, and then we just never really were able to get the bats going again. So, unfortunately, we ended up not not winning that game, but I think that's something that we just got to keep working at. Trying to stay consistent and find a way to keep putting the ball in play and make contact. Even when it's a different kind of pitcher, faster, slower. If we can put the ball in play, sometimes we can get good things to happen.
And as we mentioned at the varsity level, 2 home runs on the day. One from a player, you said her first varsity at bat for a grand slam to win the game. The other was earlier that inning for a player who was due up for a big hit. What kind of morale do these moments give you and the team?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as a former baseball player, home runs are pretty fun. They get everybody going, and it definitely, we felt like we were in a pretty good spot coming into last game, and unfortunately just didn't, weren't able to carry it over. But yeah, home runs are a pretty big morale booster, aren't they?
Oh, they sure are. And could you tell me was there one main difference you saw from that first game against Spearfish compared to the one against Sturgis Brown?
Well, I mean, just for us putting the ball in play. We just had too many strikeouts against Sturgis, unfortunately. That's tough in a 7-inning game to have that many strikeouts. So, that's just something we focus on and we try to work on and finding a way to stay consistent. And, that's going to make a big difference if we can keep hitting the ball and keep putting it in play. And, if we force them to make every play, they might, have some mistakes here and there, and then we get some hits to drop in, and then suddenly we've got, a 2 or 3 spot in an inning, and that makes such a big difference, But when you have 2 strikeouts in an inning and you don't have anybody on base, and that just pretty tough to get an inning where you get multiple runs when you have to hit 4 hits to score 2 runs instead of maybe, a walk or an error or something and find a way to score easier. So just something we're going to have to continue to keep working on.
And now coming up, you take on the Beresford Watchdogs. What are your thoughts on this matchup, and what's the one practice look like that you have between games?
Yeah, it's a game that we want to go out and compete in. We want to find a way to get our mojo going. We got one game this week and then kind of a long break off for kind of our graduation week here and then into our final push last week of the season next week where we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 games, boom, boom, boom. So, just hoping we can find a way to get the bats going and continue to focus on swinging at good pitches and finding a way to put the ball in play.
I appreciate the time as always. Talk on the field shortly.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Zach, for your coverage. We appreciate it.
Again, that was head coach Jill Muth of the Yankton Gazelles on our Coaches Conversations. Up next, the Gazelles are back in action in Beresford on Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Dive into the delicious all-you-can-eat Asian buffet, featuring mouth-watering Asian cuisine like broccoli beef, General Chicken, sesame chicken, so much more. Or choose from a fresh selection of meats, noodles, rice, vegetables, Asian-inspired sauces, and watch them sizzle on the Mongolian grill. Plus tantalizing desserts, including ice cream. Get your fill at King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, North Broadway, Yankton.
Larson Carpet has all your flooring needs. Step into their showroom to see a wide selection of all types of flooring. They have soft and luxurious carpet that's sure to bring comfort to your home. Stylized tile to make any room pop. Different color options of hardwood to make matching easy. And convenient vinyl plank for when spills happen. Of course, with the best customer service in the area. Their knowledgeable staff will make sure to answer any questions you might have. Larson Carpet, 212 Walnut.
Looking to buy a home or maybe sell? Trust the name that puts you first. America's Best Realty. From your first showing to the final signature, their expert agents guide you every step of the way. Fast closings, top market value, and real service you can count on. Your dream home, they will find it. Selling fast, they will make it happen. Call America's Best Realty at 605-260-1600. America's Best Realty, because you deserve the best.
Looking for a photo that actually looks like you, but better? At Meridian Photo, we specialize in capturing personality, not just poses. Whether it's headshots, high school seniors, family sessions, or team and individual sports photos, we'll make you look like a legend. We've just landed in the Meridian District of Yankton. Book your session today at meridian-photo.com or give us a call at 605-655-4598. Meridian Photo. Be you. You deserve it.
Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team specializing in all things heating and cooling. as well as heat and glow gas, wood, and electric fireplaces, humidifiers and dehumidifiers, and all styles of ductless mini-split systems. Whether you are building or remodeling, our team of innovative experts will get you the correct equipment and indoor air quality accessories you need for your home or business. Remember, Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team for all things heating and cooling for the past 77 years. Go Bucks and Gazelles.
And back to the field as again you heard both head coach Matt Storo for the Beresford Watchdogs and Jill Muth for the Yankton Gazelles here on our Anytime Fitness of Yankton pregame show. A windy day here in Beresford. Would you believe it if I told you that I actually have a piece of foam guarding my mic so that the wind doesn't totally take over the broadcast? Without it, I'm not sure you'd be able to hear me at all. As a couple of years ago in T area, it's what Jill and I every year kind of joke around and call the Dust Bowl game. And unfortunately for us, I think we've got 2.0 of that here today in Beresford. But either way, we're set up ready to rock, and it's almost time for softball. Gazelles last were in action, and that was over the weekend against Sturgis Brown. They fell with a final score of 10-3, and hitting really was kind of a struggle for the Gazelles. And here are your final stats in that one. Callie Koletsky went 1 for 4, had an RBI. Ava Gerard went 0 for 3, but did reach off of a walk. Jocelyn Burns at the plate went 1 for 4. Kyra Churchman was 0 for 3. Brooklyn King was 0 for 2. Jordan Kudera went 0 for 1. Isabel Sheldon went 0 for 3. Madison Musfelt went 0 for 2. September Rao went 0 for 1. And Eliza Gurney had a very nice day at the plate, going 2 for 3. Reese Gary at the plate was 0 for 1, and Brenna Elwood was 0 for 2. We saw both Gary and Elwood in the circle as Reese Gary started in the circle and went 4 innings, giving up 4 hits, 8 runs, 4 of which were earned with 1 strikeout and 3 walks. Again, that was her 3rd time pitching of just the weekend at the varsity level. And for Brenna Elwood, she came in relief, did a nice job. 3 innings she pitched, gave up 3 hits, 3 runs in those innings, 2 of which were earned, had 4 strikeouts and only 1 walk. The totals for the Gazelles at the plate, they went 4 for 29 with 1 RBI, 1 walk, and 10 strikeouts. Arguably probably their toughest day at the plate against a Sturgis Brown team that was right next to them in the standings, and they probably felt like they needed to take, but unfortunately fell to them in that game. They put up 3 runs, gave up 10 runs, and in the field was also a little bit of a struggle as they had 6 errors. But of course it was a weekend full of softball, and there was some big moments before that one, as for the Gazelles earlier in that day they had a walk-off home run. It was a grand slam off the bat of Isabel Gurney, her first at-bat at the varsity level, and put her team up to run rule Spearfish. So a walk-off, not in your traditional sense of you're trailing and then you take the lead, or tied and take the lead, but it did get Yankton up to that run rule to win over Spearfish. Then in the JV game against Sturgis Brown, right before varsity Sturgis Brown game, we had another walk-off home run, and this was more of your typical. Yankton was down 1 in the bottom of the 7th inning with 1 runner on, and Brenna Elwood was able to send one out of there. And during the weekend, we also saw home run contributions from Isabel Sheldon and Kyra Churchman. So it was a lot of home runs there, and it was a lot of fun. A weekend in Mitchell where Yankton got to take on a few of the West River teams, and I tell you what, it certainly makes it a lot easier to get out there when they have those games in Mitchell rather than all the way out to Rapid City or Spearfishes. Have made that trip many times myself, and it's always a good time, but that is quite the hike. Again, wind is going to be as big a factor as anything in this game. It just might be whoever can put the ball in the air. Not necessarily in the field of play, but in the air today, as the wind is just absolutely tearing through. But looking at where the Yankton Gazelles are in the standings in AA, currently in 11th, but they are just behind T area. It is 0.01 seed points behind the Titans, who currently are 4 and 9. And a win here today should push Yankton up to that 10 spot. They're currently in 11th. They've got a nice 1.2 seed point buffer over the 12-seeded Sturgis Brown Scoopers. So a win here tonight would certainly go a ways for the Gazelles. And then 3 games coming up this upcoming week, and that will be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And there'll be some winnable games as well. They'll take on T area on Monday, then Watertown on Tuesday, and of course Harrisburg's going to be a really tough one to close the season. But you look at Beresford, a Class A team, but a very good Class A team. and then you take on a 4-9 Titans team, a 3-8 Watertown Arrows team. You feel like if you can pick 2 of these wins up in their next 4 games, give yourself a chance to jump up to that 10 spot. And the higher you can climb in the standings, of course, it just logically tells you the better odds you have of taking down a team. As on the field, the coaches just met at home plate with the umpires, as we should be getting close to our starting lineups here on the field. Then, of course, after that, national anthem and our first pitch on the field here at Beresford. As on the field here, it does sound like the PA is rolling, and it is about time for your starting lineups, which we will get to here live on the stream. Your starting lineups are brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion. For all your heating and cooling needs, it's Larry's Heating and Cooling anytime, any day. We will start with the Beresford Watchdogs, a Class A team who enters this game with a 12-6 record and coached by Matt Storrow. Leading things off will be their center fielder, number 20, it's Reese Olson. On deck will be their second baseman, number 14, Harley Koth. Batting third in the Watchdogs lineup will be number 24, the catcher, Ivy Kaiser. And in the circle and hitting cleanup for Beresford, number 28, it's Riley Lorvik. Batting fifth, number 1, it's the left fielder, Taven Tiedemann. At first base, at number 15, it's Kate Dagan. The designated player for the Watchdogs, batting seventh, number 8, it's Brinley Moaning. And at shortstop, hitting eighth, number 4, Harper Olson. And to round off the Watchdogs batting lineup, the third baseman, number 2, Ashlyn Olson. Also playing the field will be the right fielder and flex player, number 13, Kennedy Merrigan. The Watchdogs reserves include Jordy Weiland, Avery Jorgensen, Gracie Ebert, Brielle Bidney, Gwen Traxler, Kendra Ellis, Julia Kinney, Ariana Gannon, and Harper Johnson. As it's now time for your starting lineups for your Yankton Gazelles, entering this game with a 6-10 record, 11th in AA, and coached by Jill Muth. Leading things off is the center fielder, number 3, Callie Koletsky. On deck will be the left fielder, number 8, Ava Gerard. Batting third here for Yankton, the shortstop, number 2, Jocelyn Burns. And the cleanup hitter behind home plate, catching number 23, it's Kyra Churchma. In right field, batting fifth, it's number 10, Isabel Sheldon. The second baseman, number 6, Brooklyn King. At first base and batting seventh in the lineup, number 1, it's Madison Musfeld. At third base for the first time this year, batting eighth, number 22, it's Eliza Gurney. And to round off the batting lineup here on the field for Yankton, the designated player, number 12, September Rao. Playing the field as the pitcher and the flex player, it's number 1, Reese Gary. The reserves for the Gazelles include Jordan Kudera, Brooke Devine, Olivia Puck, Hannah Chrisman, Keely Mosier, Isabel Gurney, Brenna Elwood, Claire Taggart, and Emma Sloan. Those are your starting lineups here on the field, brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion. The Watchdogs will take to the field first, wearing their purple jerseys and white pinstripe pants for the Gazelles, and their red jerseys, black pants, and everything trimmed out in white. As on the field, it is officially time for your national anthem here on Yankton, streaming on YouTube. to get on the field, your national anthem, and hopefully you were able to hear it with all this wind. If not, I apologize. But Julia Kinney of the Beresford Watchdogs on the national anthem did a wonderful job here on the field. As the Watchdogs take to the field, Yankton will lead things off here when we return. Coming up, first pitch, and Callie Koletsky at the plate.
Your local KFC Taco Bell at 2504 Fox Run Parkway in Yankton offers 2 menus combined into one. Something for everyone at KFC Taco Bell. When your family's hungry and can't decide between crispy chicken and mashed potatoes or tacos, burritos, and protein bowls, well, you don't have to choose. Get the best of both worlds in one stop. Cool down with the legendary Baja Blast Freeze or heat things up with a variety of hot sauces. KFC Taco Bell Yankton. Why pick one when you can have both?
What does FloorTech do? When disaster strikes, water damage, mold growth, or fire cleanup, call the team you can trust. FloorTech Cleaning and Restoration. They respond fast to protect your home or business and restore it the right way with honesty, integrity, and top-notch service. Their crews proudly serve southeast South Dakota and northeast Nebraska, including Yankton, Mitchell, Norfolk, and Sioux Falls. For 24/7 emergency service, call 800-507-1822. If your home or floor is wet, call FloorTech or visit them at floortechrestoration.com.
And back to the field as we load up our Fox stop of Yankton's scoreboard. It is officially game time here with Callie Koletsky to lead things off here for the Gazelles. Pitching for the Watchdogs is Riley Lorvik with Ivy Kaiser behind home plate. That is the battery that makes up the defense here for the Watchdogs. Callie Koletsky looking to be an early base runner here for the Gazelles. And a windy day, we'll see how that affects everything. The curveballs are going to be moving a lot. It's going to be 2 right-handed pitchers, and that plays well with your curve. Koletsky sits on the first one, 0-1 your count, and now a slow dribbler down the third base line, and Koletsky runs it out, and Yankton a base hit right off of the bat for Callie Koletsky. A slow dribbler, 9 out of 10 players are getting thrown out there. Koletsky digs it out, and it brings up Ava Gerard with no outs and a base runner on. 2 pitches, 2 strikes from the hand of Riley Lorvik. That one put into play. And our game officially underway here. And a takeoff here for second as that throw gets to the outfield. Koletsky's going to take off for third, and with this wind, you almost think she could take off for home. She'll stay put at third. And that was called for a strike on Gerard, but now a runner on third, more importantly for Yankton. Honestly, with this wind, you might want to try taking second about every opportunity you can. Gerard now with an 0-1 count and a runner on third here as she fouls that one off into the parking lot and hits the underside of somebody's Jeep here. I initially parked over towards that side with the wind blowing. I moved it to the other side and already paying off here as Gerard fouls that one back into the stop and a dead ball, 0-2 the count. Riley Lorvik has yet to throw a ball. And that's something the Gazelles bats are going to have to notice is she going to be an accurate pitcher all night? And if so, get ready to move that bat. Lorvik the 0-2 here, and Gerard once again will foul it off, this time making its way to the road behind us, and 0-2 the count remains. First pitch was pretty much right at 3 o'clock, the designated time here, as varsity playing before JV makes it a lot easier to time up. Another 0-2, and the first ball thrown there from Lorvik, 1-2 it makes the count. So Ava Gerard has fought in there well, and again, just a player who's hit really well as of lately and moved up in the batting order as fouls off yet again another pitch. That's what you gotta do to be a good hitter. With 2 strikes on you, just keep fouling off until you can either put one in play or if you can get enough balls to draw a walk. As Gerard, a hard hit grounder, gets through into the gap into right center. Koletsky's gonna score. Gerard is taking off for second. She's got extra bases and an RBI double for Ava Gerard. Yankton a 1-0 lead to start us off. 2 batters, 2 hits for Yankton. Already an improvement from what we saw against Sturgis Brown. And now Jocelyn Burns will hit for the first time of the game. Burns with a runner on second, no outs. Kyra Churchma waits on deck. In the hole is Isabel Sheldon. Low and inside that ball. This is the first time that Lorvik has been down an account. As Burns drives it hard into right field, the wind will give it an extra gust to get out to the fence. That's going to be extra bases. Yankton scores again, and Burns is taking off for third. An RBI triple. The Yankton team as a whole has nearly hit for the cycle already. A single, a double, and a triple. And Kyra Churchman now at the plate. Her team a 2-0 lead with a runner on third, no outs. A home run would be the cycle here for the team. And Churchman with a couple on the season. Of course, right now you're just trying to score that runner, not playing for the home run. Pitch misses high, ball one. Next one, same spot, ball two. A base hit here for Yankton would already tie their total of what we saw all last game. And that one fouled up, out of play it goes to make it 2-1. And the thing is with this Watchdogs team, that's a 12-win team, whether it's Class A or not, a very good Beresford team. Churchma and Lorvik working at it, and that one's going to bounce off the glove, and Yankton scores yet again. That one will count as an error, but Yankton will take the run either way. Churchman now on first. Isabel Sheldon now at the plate here. A runner on first, no outs, and right now the bats are rolling for Yankton. And this wind can't be helping anything. I mean, even if it's on the ground, a dust, the wind blowing a speck of dust right in your eye, it's tough as Sheldon hits that one into left field. And again, the wind plays a factor. It drops cleanly, and a base hit for Isabel Sheldon. Yankton already 4 base hits in our first inning of action, and it brings up Brooklyn King to the plate. Churchman advanced to second, Sheldon at first, and in left field, they just ran up a little bit too much. As in left, Taven Tiedemann, but that's tough, she ran up on it, and then the wind got a little bit under it, pushed it above her glove, and, well, Yankton a base hit. King now looks to keep up this rally by the Gazelles, who lead 3-0 on our Fox stop of Yankton's scoreboard. Now 1-1 your count. This is something that Yankton probably needs is, a lot of games they played from behind and then they're close the entire way through, but it's a lot easier if you can kind of have that lead throughout. King fouls it right back at her dugout. Nearly hits Musfeld, who's on deck. So Musfeld on deck, Eliza Gurney in the hole, Brooklyn King at the plate. Has Churchman on second, Sheldon on first. 4 hits, 3 runs for the Gazelles. And now King again fouls it off, and that wind's going to push it out of play. That one would have maybe bordered fair ball with no wind. Instead, it's out of the facility, out of the park. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Beresford looking for that first out. It's so difficult to play when you are pitching and you've got runners on with no outs. It makes things so much more difficult. And Riley Lorvik nearly got a strikeout here, but just a hair outside for a 2-2 count. King here at the plate, 2-2 the count, and a line drive right at Coach Cooley, and Cooley luckily avoids it. King put some zip on that one. And another Gazelle batter just hanging in there with 2 strikes, protecting the plate and making things tough on Lorvik, who, by the way, has thrown very well. And that one will be rung up for strike 3, and we've got our first out of the game. Brooklyn King will go down looking, and it brings up Madison Musfelt to the plate. She's got 2 runners on and an out she faces. So the first out of the game, Lorvik takes herself. Musfelt now at the plate here. If sign a bunt, pulls it back last second, ball 1. The wind is too much, you can gladly tune in. We'll be here for the whole game. Right on Yankton, streaming on YouTube as 1-0 the count, and another bunt that's pulled back by Musfelt. Or if you know anybody who might be interested in watching, you can certainly share the link, let them know where it's at. We appreciate you supporting us and watching some Gazelle softball. A third straight bunt attempt that's pulled back by Musfelt, and now you've got to imagine the hold call here, a chance for bases loaded. We'll see how Coach Muth calls it for Musfelt. If she does show sign of bunt, she does, does not, and will be walked in 4. Bases loaded, 1 out, Eliza Gurney at the plate. Gurney a lefty, and lefties are the lone benefactors in this game. The wind pushing a little bit to right field, but a little bit more foul, and that one called for strike 1. Gurney has bases loaded with 1 out. Looking to add some runs here as September Rao waits on deck. Back in the hole already is Callie Koletsky. The 0-1 misses outside. 1-1 we're evened up at. Lorvik sends it in, and Gurney gets a piece of it to the third base side, fouls it off. Now trails in the count, 1-2. And with this win, if you can send it to center or right field, it's not going to be an easy catch for the fielders. That's why lefties might benefit a little bit here from this wind. 1-2 the count. Gurney again fouls it out of play. Count stays put at 1-2. And the next one misses outside for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, your count here. One out, Gurney looking to score some more runs for her team, and the next pitch outside makes it a full count. A big pitch coming up here for Riley Lorvik. A payoff pitch with just 1 out, bases loaded. The 3-2, Lorvik sends it in and up high into left field. It's going to go, and it's caught for out number 2. A nice job by the shortstop. And out number 2, I'll get you the name of that shortstop here in a moment. So make sure nothing blows away, and it brings up September Rao to the plate. The shortstop is Harper Olsen for the Watchdogs. As now bases loaded with 2 outs. And September Rao, an opportunity to add some RBIs onto her season. Check swing, and it's a strike. 0-1 your count. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bases loaded and 2 outs. That one sent up high, and the Watchdogs can get out of this inning with only having given up 3 runs. They're going to be awfully happy. As we started out the game with 4 base hits and an error, and now 2 of the last 3 have been outs. 1-1 your count is that one nearly got a piece of Rao. Instead, we've got ball 2. Nowhere to put the hitter. So the Watchdogs need this one. Yankton looks to score more as Callie Koletsky awaits on deck. Rao at the plate. And that one fouled straight back. 2-2 the count. As Ivy Kaiser trots back to pick it up. 2-2 the count. 2 strike or outs, and a hard hit line drive to right field. September Rao. That one's going to be extra bases as it stays fair. They look to clear the bases and send for home. The throw isn't going to make it. And now Rao's in a pickle. She had a bases clearing triple. Can she slide back in time? She's going for home. She slides and she'll be out. But Yankton will put up 6 runs off of that one from Rao. Churchma scores, Sheldon scores, Musfelt will score, and September Rao will get 3 RBIs and then become out number 3. She'll get the triple and then got herself in a pickle for out number 3. Yankton put up 6 runs in that one off of 5 base hits, 1 error in the field, and then none left on base for the Gazelles. 6-0 after our first half inning of action. When we return, the Watchdogs are at the plate.
Yankton Rexall in the Meridian District, Yankton, for all your gifts and decor needs. It's the only place in town to find both Hallmark ornaments and cards for any occasion. They also have Willow Tree and Precious Moments collectibles, the perfect anniversary and wedding gifts, nativity scenes, Watkins products, and single Abdallah chocolates. The Yankton Rexall Pharmacy for all your prescription needs. Yankton Rexall at the corner of 3rd and Douglas, downtown Yankton.
Hi, I'm Franny Kiefer with the Yankton School District Alumni Association. We strive to create a community of alumni and friends who support extracurricular and educational opportunities in the Yankton School District. Through scholarships, grants, innovative education opportunities, and staff appreciation. With us, you will keep connected to a community of Yankton School District alumni and friends all over. You can help continue to pay it forward and help future graduates. Register today at the Yankton School District Alumni Association website.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, we treat our patients like family. We have an experienced and caring dental team. We take the time to make sure you understand your oral health and answer any questions you have about your dental treatments. We take pride in educating our patients. Whether you need fillings, crowns or bridges, dental implants, just a teeth cleaning, or even Botox, come visit us at 1818 Broadway Avenue. And remember, we take care of the entire family.
Hi, it's Linda. Welcome to my store located at 1101 Broadway in Yankton. The spring and summer clothes are in for the ladies, sizes 4 through 20. Update your closet with the newest fashions and some jewelry. The kids department, sizes 2 to 8, has Under Armour and Mayoro and others. I have baptism gowns and baby clothes 0 to 24 months. Stop in and look around. Gift certificates are available anytime.
After our first half inning of action, it is 6-0 with the Gazelles leading the Beresford Watchdogs here in Beresford, South Dakota. Watchdogs, their first time at the plate, leading things off will be Reese Olson, the center fielder, and she's going to have a heck of a time out there today. Reese Gary in the circle for Yankton. Kyra Churchma back behind home plate as catcher. On deck is Harley Koth with Ivy Kaiser in the hole. 1-0 the count here. That one outside, and Reese Gary, who really the last few games has been as accurate as any pitcher we've seen, finds the zone on that one. 2-1 your count. And with this wind, it's kind of could you throw a curveball every time and just see how much movement you can get? That one low in the dirt. 3-1 the count. Appreciate you tuning in here today on Yankton, streaming on YouTube. If you're not already subscribed, maybe subscribe and you'll be notified every time we go live with Yankton Athletics, and that's about all we'll go live with. 3-1 the count here, and that one just barely inside. It'll be ball 4. Reese Olson gets on base as the Watchdogs look to add some of those runs back here in the bottom half of the first. Gary with her first walk of the game, and didn't miss on that one by much, but Olson will take first. Harley Koth now at the plate here. And a takeoff for second. The throw down and the tag didn't quite make it in time. Was a close play. The throw was a good one from Churchman. Burns, if that throw had been there maybe a quarter second earlier, could have gotten that tag around in time. A good effort by the Gazelles defense, but a runner now on second with Harley Koth facing an 0-1 count, now 0-2 after that one's fouled off and just narrowly misses a vehicle. They've got a parking lot here. It's foul in the down the first sideline and just beyond essentially if you go straight south from first base. And I'll tell you what, anybody parked there during this game is taking a risk, I'll tell you that much. 1-2 your count here for Koth, the second baseman of the Watchdogs, as Kaiser patiently awaits on deck. A 1-2 count, make it 2-2. Now Yankton looking for their first out. And you put up 6 runs, that runner doesn't become quite as much of an issue. Of course, you'd love them to not score as a foul ball here. But even if they do, you still feel, okay, 5-run lead, we're still feeling good. But it all depends on how the rest of the inning, of course, plays out. 2-2 your count here, no outs. Reese Gary works against Harley Coates, sends it in. And again, doesn't miss by much, as maybe a slimmer strike zone here than what we saw in Mitchell. As that one will be ball 4, and we'll start the game with 2 walks on the defensive end for the Gazelles. That one doesn't hurt too bad. Now you've got to force out at all 3 bases. But now 2 runners with Ivy Kaiser, the third hitter in the lineup for the Watchdogs, at the plate. Sits on the first one, and it's called for a strike. And in my opinion, I played baseball for years, pitched. I always loved the fact that everyone's strike zone was a little bit different. 0-1, make it 1-1 after bounces. And the reason being is if you can learn the strike zone faster than the other team, you're going to be at an advantage. It's part of the game. It's part of the human aspect of the sport. And as a catcher, I always felt like I had a great advantage. After 1 inning, I knew what that strike zone was going to be. And who can take advantage of it first, as Reese Gary will send Kaiser to the first as she's hit by a pitch. And now 3 have been put on in a row, and bases loaded with no outs. Yankton will need something here defensively. You never want a cleanup hitter at the plate with no outs and bases loaded, but that's exactly what we've got here with Riley Lorvik currently batting. It's a pitcher's duel. We'll have a courtesy runner, Brielle Bidney, in place of Ivy Kaiser. Fresh count here. Riley Lorvik sits in for a called strike 1. As you can see, Gurney playing well up at third. If it's coming to her, she is sending it home to get that force out. 0-1 the count here. Now 0-2 is no swing yet from Lorvik. The thing is, you've seen 2 walks, you saw a bean, and you're thinking, okay, don't need to force anything, but now you're down 0-2, you got to protect, and a swing and a miss. Reese Gary gets the first out, a much-needed out for this Yankton defense. Takes off just a little bit of the pressure, still plenty there, though, as Taven Tiedemann now at the plate for the Watchdogs. 1 out, bases remain loaded. She's the 5th hitter in the lineup, and the left fielder for the Watchdogs. And that one just misses for ball 1. Before that, Gary had 3 strikes thrown in a row. That one finds a zone for a 1-1 count. And Coach Muth, about every time we talk about Gary, says she just gets better as she continues pitching. And misses outside here, 2-1. Nowhere to put the batter. Yankton's got to force them to put the ball into play. 2-1. It's now 3-1, and the Watchdogs are a walk away from putting up their first run of the inning. Three balls, 1 strike, 1 out here at the field. And a line drive. That one's hit hard into right field. It's going to score a couple here for the Watchdogs, and a 2 RBI single. And the Watchdogs on the scoreboard. Taven Tiedemann, 2 RBIs, gets to first with the single. Reese Olson scores, Harley Koth scores, Ivy Kaiser over to third, and now a 1-3 situation. You've got to imagine they're going to take off for second. We do get a throw down, and that one right on her, but dropped. Now the send home, and Beresford will score their third run of the inning. Ball was dropped there, otherwise should have been out number 2 for Yankton, nearly getting it. Watchdogs have now scored 3 runs and have narrowed that deficit. At the plate is Kate Dagan with Brindley Moaning on deck. Tiedemann on to second here after she stole second. And ball 2 here, 2-0 the count for Dagan. Foul ball, that one straight into the dirt, 2-1. Fun day to be a catcher, I'll tell you that much. Because everybody walks up to the plate, it's going to kick up some dirt for you. Is that one? Called for strike 2. Everyone who walks up, every time they kick the batter's box to clear it out a little bit, every single time you're getting a little dust. And for the umpire, too. 2-2 now the count. Dagan at the plate. Reese Gary trying to take the second one herself. As did that one hit her. I think Dagan tried playing it off that it did, and counts now full. The umpire get laughing a little bit. Said, I don't think so. So Dagan will now be forced to take a payoff pitch. Yankton looking for their second out. As that one rocked into left field. Gerard trying to read it with this wind, but it's near impossible. It'll drop in and didn't hit her glove. It'll count as a base hit and a double for Dagan. Taven Tiedemann reaches third. She couldn't take off too much because had it been caught, she didn't want to get thrown out. That's going to be the story of the day if it's in the outfield. It is anything but an automatic out. Timeout on the field here for Yankton as it's a Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break. Locally owned for 4 generations, call them for water softening and purification, salt, reverse osmosis needs, and bottled water. That's Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton. Gazelles talking things over. They've now given up 3 runs back to Beresford. They led 6-0 right out of the gates, and now it's down to a 3-run lead with only 1 out on the field. We'll step aside for a moment and return. When we do, Brindley Moaning at the plate.
Stunning flowers from Pied Piper are the finishing touch on your most perfect wedding day. We are your full-service florist with the experience and knowledge to design the perfect wedding flowers, sure to make all your wedding flower dreams come true. Brides, bridesmaids, boutonnieres, corsages, ceremony reception, and all event work are our specialty. Your style, your day, your vision. Pied Piper Flowers makes it happen. Pied Piper Flowers, your wedding florist.
Just missed a pitch there. 1-0 the count as that one was sent outside on second. Kate Dagan taking a huge lead off, but thing is, when you've got a runner on third, if they throw down to second, it's a dangerous throw, and you kind of just let them. They can't go anywhere unless you know you've got them dead in the rights. 1-1 the count now for Brindley Moaning at the plate. Held off, but nope, it'll be called for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike here. Gary in the circle, Moaning at the plate. And that one lofted up and could be trouble again. Rao drives in. She does pull it in for out number 2. And I know it doesn't quite look like it, but pretty much every catch on the outfield today is going to feel like a highlight play. Especially over the, well, you know what? All the fields are going to have issues. All the outfielders. And 2 outs here, Harper Olsen at the plate. And Gary fires a strike right away in this at-bat. 0-1 now the count. Gary winds up, fires it again, and it's hit up, a chance for it for the Gazelles, and the wind says never mind, 0-2. Again, that one's probably 6 feet in the park here without wind. Instead, it's out of play. Yankton no opportunity to catch it. But now with the 8th hitter, Harper Olsen at the plate, Yankton an opportunity here. Up 0-2 is Reese Gary. The pitch, it's sent in well high, but not a bad miss. Over the weekend, we did see a player or two swing a pitch like that. And, of course, a lot of laughter to ensue. And Reese Gary on the off-speed, strike 3. And she'll take the last one herself, out number 3. But the Watchdogs dig into that lead. 3 runs they'll score off of 2 base hits. No errors in the field, and there will be 2 left on base. After 1 inning of action, it's 6-3. Yankton leads in what started out in a high-scoring affair. Callie Koletsky will lead things off here when we return for the 2nd inning of action. This is Gazelle Softball presented by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you a pic so you can see what I mean.
Oh my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team. Fixing pickles since 1984.
Top of the 2nd inning on the way here as Yankton leads it 6-0 on our Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. The Fox Stop at the corner of West City Limits Road and 30th Street, Yankton. A full-service convenience store with hot food, Godfather's Pizza, personal pizzas, sandwiches, munchies, and beverages. Pay at the pump gas and diesel fuel, firewood, and propane exchange. Callie Koletsky to lead us off here in the 2nd inning. She led off the game entirely as well. She started off with a base hit, and it was an infield grounder for a base hit, a slow dribbler to third, and was just able to outrun the throw. Thought about that one, held off, but it is rung up for strike 1. Here on the field, a healthy dose of dirt in my mouth already. It's going to be a fun 7 innings. Next one, way high, 2-1. And I'm not sure how long anyone who has followed Gazelle softball here on Yankton streaming is 2-1 count here. Koletsky is hit by that one, and she'll take first with a bean. And a quick base runner again for Yankton as Ava Gerard will step up. But as I was saying, if you followed us here, what used to be on 5-star streaming, now Yankton streaming, but a couple years ago in T area, we had maybe probably about the same wind. Issue was it was blowing directly back into me, and it was just a dust bowl. We're nearing that level here on the field today as Koletsky takes off for second. A hit and run as Koletsky takes off for third. Gerard sent it into right field, and runners on first and third. Gerard, 2 base hits already in the game, and 2 base runners here for Jocelyn Burns. Koletsky over to third. Gerard now with a double and a single in the game. A great start for her. 7 base hits already for Yankton in this game. Talk about a start. Jocelyn Burns at the plate. She's 1 for 1 with a triple. Takes ball 1. Didn't see Gerard take off for second here. No outs, 2 runners on. Burns, who already has scored runners, and no attempt to second here as Gerard will take it with ease, and can't say you blame him here in this situation. That pitch was ball 2 as Burns now up in the count. That one hits the outside zone, 2-1. Jocelyn at the plate, Kyra Churchma on deck, and it's Isabel Sheldon in the hole. 2-1 your count here, 3-1 now. Ivy Kaiser did a nice job keeping that ball in front of her as that one looked like it bounced off the dirt into her glove. A hitter's count here for Burns, 3-1 as she sends that one up and out of play. We did have a car right around where that one landed. They wisely moved after a close call twice already. 3-2 your count. Full count, runners on second and third, no outs. Riley Lorvik sends it in, and it's fouled off by Burns. And now it just looks like maybe knocking the wind out of Ivy Kaiser. Hopefully she's okay as she'll take a breather here. And on the field, we'll just step aside for a moment as the umpire talks with Lorvik, and hopefully everything's good with Kaiser here.
At Anytime Fitness Yankton, your fitness journey starts with one step, and Anytime Fitness will be with you every step of the way. Open 24 hours a day with top-of-the-line equipment and guidance you need to reach your goals. Plus, your membership gives you access to every Anytime Fitness gym anywhere. No matter your goals, no matter the time, you belong at Anytime Fitness Yankton, located at 2509 Fox Run Parkway. Start today at Anytime Fitness, where your fitness journey never stops.
And the good news, Ivy Kaiser is all right. Here's just a quick break on the field. Burns now facing a 3-2 pitch here, and a line drive into left field it goes. She's got a second base hit, and Yankton puts up another run. What an offensive start for the Gazelles. 7 runs off of 8 hits, and we're just in the top of the second inning with no outs. Kyra Churchma will step up for the second time. She reached on an error earlier in the game. Koletsky managed to score. Ava Gerard is now on third. Burns on first with a single. She and Gerard are combined 4 for 4, and Churchma down the third base line. It's fouled off. Now the thing is, had that touched the glove of Ashlyn Olsen, it wouldn't matter if it goes foul after the base or not, because it would have been deterred by a glove, but it snuck just under her glove and did end up foul. Good call by Blue. Unfortunately for Yankton, they would have loved a base hit. Churchma here has that one fouled back out of play. Now down 0-2 in the count. And Burns is taking off for second. Just getting a little extra cardio in as on the foul balls, has to take it right back to first. 0-2 the count. Lorvik here up in the count, sends it high, ball 1. Burns will stay put at first. So Churchma, a couple of foul balls, and a 1-2 count. Line drive sent into left field. Burns is going to take off for third, and Kyra Churchma is sent for home, Burns sent for home where she's tagged out. Churchma's going to try and take third where she'll reach safely. An RBI double for Churchma, reaches third off the throw, and unfortunately Burns out at home for out number 1. Some aggressive base running. And now Isabel Sheldon at the plate. And a courtesy runner. As I was wondering if Muth was arguing that call at home, and I was going to hate to disagree with Coach Muth, but I certainly would have. As a clean tag at home. Yankton would have had 9 runs had that not been out, though. Churchma, again, the double there, reaches third off of the throw home, but will score a run for her team. Another RBI as she leads the team this season. And now on the year, Kyra Churchma, 20-plus RBIs. Isabel Sheldon at the plate, has a runner on third. As Brooke Devine has stepped in to run for Kyra Churchma. Sheldon sits on the first pitch. It's inside. Has a runner on third, 1 out. On deck is Brooklyn King with Madison Musfelt in the hole. That one fouled back, 1-1. Eight to 3, Yankton leads it here. And what has just been an offensive showing for the Gazelles. 6 runs in the first inning, 2 right now, with just 1 out in our second. That one fouled straight back. 1-2 now your count. Sheldon will be forced to protect. She's 1 for 1 in the game. Again, Riley Lorvik throwing a lot of strikes here. She's already facing batter 14, has 1 walk in the game. That one evens up the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Devine remains on third. Your 2-2 count here for Lorvik. Count now full. And a big shout out to the Gazelles crowd here. You recognize a lot of the same faces here. They really do support this team, and it's nice to see that. As a full count here, Sheldon rocked that one into left field, but it's fouled off. Even with the wind blowing directly against it, that one was moving fast. Another full count here. Lorvik sends it in, and Sheldon, yet again, a hard foul ball. I've said it like 5 times already this year, if not more. She hits the ball so hard, often foul, and man, if these start straightening out, she just might be the Gazelles' leading hitter. Faces another 3-2 pitch, and that one high up, fouled out of play, and Sheldon is one of those hitters in these last few games with 2 strikes has just fouled off countless pitches. Makes it really tough on the pitcher here, and Riley Lorvik is really having to work for it. Another pitch, and Sheldon, this one's hit up, maybe a chance. Nope, it's out of play. That one comes right back here and into the bleachers behind home plate where we're set up. 3-2 your count here, and Sheldon, another foul ball. Over 10 pitches she has seen, I believe, in this at-bat. And of course, they're out of softballs on the field. Coach Storo of the Beresford will have to lob one into Lorvik. Three balls, 2 strikes here, and Sheldon. That one's fouled again, and a chance at it, but unable to quite run there and get there in time is Taven Tiedemann. She had to move an awful long distance just to even try and get to that one. Once again, a 3-2 pitch she'll see here from Lorvik, and once again she'll foul it off. You know, we need to get a sponsor here on our stream for Isabel Sheldon and foul balls on 2 strikes. You'd get more than your money's worth. You'd have gotten about 6, maybe 7 or 8 name mentions already in today's game. 3-2 again, and Sheldon, what an at-bat, takes the walk. You gotta feel for Riley Lorvik in that situation. What do? She threw, I would say, 10 strikes in the at-bat. Eventually, you're going to throw a ball, and now a 1-3 situation for Brooklyn King at the plate for the Gazelles. And a line drive. King sends it into right field. It'll score 1. Sheldon takes off for third. An RBI single, Brooklyn King. The first pitch she saw, and just hit the crap out of that one. Not maybe the most technical term I've ever used on stream, but that one was a laser beam. Madison Musfelt now batting. So Musfelt has seen her hitters do it a few times, and another Lindsay Ecowater Systems of Yankton water break on the field here as Coach Storo will talk things over with his team. We'll see if there is any changes, and we are going to have a change as far as pitching, and so we'll step aside for a moment. When we return, we'll have all your adjustments.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
Triple Time Rudy's on the corner of 16th and Broadway, Yankton. Stop in and check out their wide variety of items. Grab some snacks, whether you want chips, popcorn, or something sweet, they have it. Ice cold beverages, or when you need that boost in the morning, coffee. You can also grab the best locally produced meats, meat sticks, and cheeses in the area. Guaranteed fresh. For those hot days, grab a Freezy too. Get all your car needs and 5 cents off a gallon when using cash. All at Triple Time Rudy's, Yankton. And back to the field, we've got a new pitcher in Brinley Moaning, who was the designated player. I believe the previous pitcher was just taken out of the game. So that is a quick, easy swap as Musfelt fouls off a bunt attempt here. Runners on first and third, 1 out. It's Sheldon on third, Brooklyn King on first after hitting a single. And Musfelt, a foul ball on the bunt attempt with Eliza Gurney on deck. Big cut at that one, now down 0-2. And let me quick fix the scoreboard. It's 9-3. 3 runs here in this inning as Musfelt at the plate looking to add more and sits on it. It's high. That's a tough one to hold off on with 2 strikes, but it is the right call. That one was high. And a swing, and that one dropped, and no run towards first, but a throw to first, and Sheldon will take home. So even with the out, Yankton will put up another run, and Eliza Gurney will now bat. That's a heads-up play right there by Isabel Sheldon. The throw was down to first, even though with a runner on first, you know, there's no run down to first. First pitch for Gurney. Misses low and outside. Ball 1. So Gurney at the plate. September Rao on deck. Gurney flew out to about left field. It was short left field, and I believe it was the shortstop who pulled it in and lopped it up. And out of play it goes. 1-1 now the count. One and one the count here. 2 outs. As Brindley Moaning sends it in. A swing and a miss there from Gurney. Now 1-2. As on first, Brooklyn King. No other runners as Sheldon came across to score the 10th run of the game for Yankton. The 1-2 here coming up. Gurney again sends it into shallow left field. And with the wind, it could be trouble, but it's not. Pulled in by the shortstop as we wrap up our top of the 2nd inning here with a flyout. Yankton with 4 runs coming across, 4 hits, no errors in the field, and just 1 left on base. Yankton leads it by 7. It's 10-3 as the Watchdogs. Again, some work to do at the plates as we've got our largest lead here of the game. When we return, leading things off for Beresford, their 9th hitter in the lineup, Ashlyn Olson.
The Bonesetter Chiropractic, Yankton. I'm Dr. TJ Stotes. When you need chiropractic, we're here. We use a hands-on approach, decompression traction, electrical stimulation, acupuncture, and state-of-the-art examination techniques. We're happy to offer exercise and supplement advice as well. The Bonesetter Chiropractic, 215 Mulberry, Suite 9, Yankton. Call or text 605-401-5701. Bringing you comfort when there's discomfort.
Bottom of the 2nd inning here. Yankton leads at 10-3. Watchdogs back at the plate, though, for a chance to try and get some back. Leading off this inning is the 3rd baseman and 9th hitter in the lineup, Ashlyn Olson, as Yankton looks to hang on to their lead here. That one misses just outside, ball 1, and probably without the wind right down the pipe. 1-0 the count. That one fouled back, 1-1, and right as the team got here, was warming up, I told Reese Gary, I said, well, if you throw a curveball, I expect to see it move a couple of feet. 1-1 the count here. Olson at the plate. Ashlyn Olson, that is, with Reese Olson, the top of the lineup, on deck. And that one hit up, fouled out of play again. So 1-2, Reese Gary trying to get another strikeout. She had 2 of the 3 outs herself in that 1st inning of action. Up 1-2 in the count here. We've seen her on off-speed pitches frequently here in these situations. Sends it in, a fastball. That time it's high, ball 2. 2-2. That one again just barely misses. That's another beautiful part of the game of baseball and softball, is learning the pitcher, what their tendencies are, and trying to figure out what they're going to do. As ball 4 here, and a walk to open our bottom of the 2nd. So Reese Olson, who's the top of the Watchdogs lineup, a runner on first for her, no outs. She was walked in her first at bat. And I don't believe she was in as a lefty in the first at bat, but now standing in that side of the box. 1-0 the count as that one misses outside. And ball 2 here. Reese Gary's had a lot, not missed by much. But as far as the count, doesn't matter if you barely miss or if you miss by a mile. That one fouled off, 2-1 the count. Appreciate you tuning in today. I'm Zach Spear on Yankton, streaming on YouTube, and it's been a joy, my 4th year of calling Gazelles softball. As that one lined out into center field, Callie Koletsky brings it in. She'll fire it to first, try for the double play, but the throw won't make it in time. It did get by first, but Ashlyn Olsen will stay put. But this Gazelles softball team was the first team that was officially mine to call at the station, and I've just loved every inning I've gotten a call now. Some weather and innings haven't been quite as enjoyable as others, but still great to be here and appreciate you tuning in. Harley Koth here at the plate now as she puts that one into right field. It drops in front of Rao, and it is a base hit for the Watchdogs, who have 2 runners on. That is base hit number 3 in the game for the Watchdogs. That first inning, they scored a lot of runs off of walks and beans. It's Ivy Kaiser, the 3rd hitter in this Watchdog lineup at the plate. 1 out she faces with 2 runners on first and second. On first is Harley Koth, Ashlyn Olsen on second. Kaiser at the plate with Riley Lorvik on deck. 0-1 your count here, and a line up the middle. Again, a base hit for the Watchdogs. Koletsky gets the throw in, now a play at home. And sliding in safely is Ashlyn Olsen. Ashlyn Olsen, some wheels. Not every player's outrunning that throw, but she certainly did. Back-to-back hits lead to a run here scored for the Watchdogs, who have brought it right back down to 6. As again, Brielle Bidney will run in place of Ivy Kaiser, who's reached twice. Runners on first and second, 1 out here. And this is, quite frankly, a better position than Yankton was in last time when Lorvik was at the plate. Last time, bases were loaded with no outs for the cleanup hitter. Now 2 runners on, 1 out. We'll see with how the runs have been put up so far in this game. It might just come down to whose defense can get a stop first. Line drive to Burns at shortstop. What a snag. So Yankton gets the 2nd out, and now looking for the 3rd. Taven Tiedemann at the plate. She's 1 for 1 in the game, hit a single in that first inning of action. And a grounder with some spin on it. King picks it up, gets it over to first, and relays it for the 4-3 ground out. And Yankton's defense gets the stop, but not before Beresford puts up a run off of 2 hits. No errors, but 2 left on base. After 2 complete innings of action, it is a 6-run lead for the Gazelles. 10-4, they lead the Beresford Watchdogs. When we return, leading things off, the 9th hitter for Yankton, September Rao, followed by Yankton's top of the order.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Authentic Mexican food goods with the family touch is here in Yankton at Angela's Mexican Store. From fresh produce and meats to the spices and the snacks you miss from home. Traveling or just moved? No problem. They accept money from many different countries. Check out the different kinds of money on the wall. Family owned, family loved. They treat you like family. Angela's Mexican Store, where culture meets community. Stop in today.
And as we return to the field, September Rao at the plate and just fouled one off and got a double whammy. Hit 2 cars in that parking lot as one was backing up, trying to avoid it. So 1-1 now the count. Again, anyone in that parking lot, that is a risky move here today. We've already seen a few cars get hit. 2 on that one. Rao took a big cut at that one, misses it, 1-2. Rao 1 for 1 in this game, has the hardest part of a cycle, the triple. And 1-2 now the count, as that one just misses low, and Rao took a half step towards the dugout. She thought she was getting rung up. New life here now at the plate as Brindley Moaning stands in, and she's in replacement of Riley Lorvik as that one fouled out of play. So Lorvik ended her game with 1 1/3 inning pitch, 1 strikeout, 2 walks, 10 runs the Gazelles put up in that time. Moaning has done a nice job filling in, and that one just misses inside. Both pitchers have had some really close misses. Count is now full for Rao as Callie Koletsky awaits on deck. And that one put up and out of play. That's one of the first ones over there to not hit a car. Count remains full. And Rao puts that one deep into right field. That one's going a ways. And September Rao, her first home run of the season. She'll touch all 4. Yankton is up 7. September Rao is 2 for 2 in this one. A triple and a home run as that one was crushed into right field. Well, I made some jokes about how if you hit it to right field, it might go over to Coach Muth, and she said, problem is I don't have many lefties. Doesn't matter, September Rao will take that one and push it out. Yankton has now scored in every inning at the plate as Callie Koletsky steps up for the 3rd time of the game. She's batted in every inning. She's 1 for 1, was also hit by a pitch. Now her first time working against Brindley Moaning as she'll put it high up. That's going to be into right center, and the wind just gave Callie Koletsky her 2nd hit of the game. Anyway on, right? That one certainly, you feel like with no wind, that one's either caught or an error. But it pushed it a good 5 feet beyond the second baseman, and Ava Gerard now at the plate. She's 2 for 2. She's got a double and a single in this game. Koletsky will take off for second and reach safely. And it got just a part ways into center field. Koletsky was really tempted to take off there. Probably the better move that she decided to stay. (1-0) the count here for Ava Gerard. She is looking for base hit number 3 in the game, and a foul ball here to the right field side. One ball, 1 strike here. Ava Gerard working in at the plate. On deck is Jocelyn Burns, and that one lined out to right field, again fouled off. But that one hit hard from Gerard. She's looking to go a perfect 3 for 3 to start this game. On deck is Burns, who's also 2 for 2, and then Kyra Churchma in the hole. They've got a runner on second with Callie Koletsky, as they have scored every inning batting so far this game, and it's fouled straight back. That'll make you flinch a little bit. 1-2. Count stays the same. Gerard's batting average should certainly go up after today, starting out with 2 base hits. And that one, a slow roller. It'll be picked up at second. The underhand effort to get the first out at first. Koletsky advances, and Jocelyn Burns at the plate now. So the Watchdogs get their much-needed first out, and Jocelyn Burns at the plate. She's a perfect 2 for 2. And let me fix that graphics. Selected the wrong one here. First pitch for Burns. Lands a good foot in front of the plate. Nice job by Ivy Kaiser to keep it in front. Burns now facing a 1-0 count here. Moaning sends it in. And just inside, ball 2. Moaning entered the game last inning against Madison Musfelt, so this is the first time facing her for a lot of these Yankton batters. 2-0 the count now as Burns thought about moving the bat, but he called strike one. That one hits the outside zone, and now 2-2. Two balls, two strikes here. Burns working at the plate, fouls it back. That's her first swing here in this at-bat. Brindley Moaning trying to get her team out number 2. And she's done a nice job since filling in. Has faced now 5 batters. Does have a strikeout in those 5, as well as 3 outs. That one sent in high. Count is now full as Kyra Churchma on deck. Burns at the plate. Over on third right now is Callie Koletsky off of the ground out from Gerard, who just was at the plate. The full count, and Burns, it's put up into center field and tagged up as Koletsky. That one an error, and Burns is going to take off for second. She's now going to be, nope, not a pickle. Luckily for her, no one was there at first. Koletsky comes across. Burns reaches off the error. Kyra Churchman to the plate. Yankton leads 8. A win here would go a long ways for seed points for Yankton. 2 runs have come across, and Burns now on with the second error of the game. Both have been against the Beresford Watchdogs. 10 base hits for Yankton already. Kyra Churchma working on number 2, hopefully. A slow dribbler again to the second baseman, and an error, but runner's interference. So Burns will be out at second. Churchma will reach off the error. But it will actually be a fielder's choice, as it was determined runner's interference. So she will not be punished with an error. And so Coach Storrow out on the field, and not sure what, I guess, if what he's thinking, but his team did get the out. So Churchman first with the fielder's choice, and Isabel Sheldon will now be at the plate. Not really sure what the discussion is between Coach Storrow and the umpire. But we'll step aside and see if anything changes when we return.
Les Schwab Tires, located at 2809 Broadway in Yankton. It's the place to buy tires with all different tread types to fit your needs and rims ready to make your vehicle shine. Not only do they sell tires, they fix them too. Flats, brakes, alignments, and more. You can feel confident that your car will be taken care of. No waiting for your tires, they should have them in stock. If you're looking for tractor or semi-tires, those are available too. Les Schwab Tires, where the sign says it all.
And back to the field, Isabel Sheldon will take her second at-bat of the game. Brooke Devine is running in place of Kyra Churchma. And she will take off for second and slides in safely. So Brooke Devine will get a steal as the pitch was low and ball 1 for Isabel Sheldon. Sheldon at the plate, Brooklyn King on deck, Madison Musfelt in the hole. Moaning sends it in, and it's fouled back 1-1. Yankton put up 6 runs in their first inning at bat, 4 last inning, and right now has 2 in this inning. 1-1 your count here as Sheldon awaits the next pitch. It's in the dirt. Devine thought about taking off for third, wisely stays on second. Sheldon now leading this count against Brindley Moaning. The 2-1. Sheldon high up, it's over towards the right field side. It's getting pushed foul, and couldn't see it from here. I believe it dropped foul, and it did. 2-2. Deuces are wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A runner on second as well for Sheldon. Two balls, two strikes here. Sheldon looking for another base hit here. She's reached, and every at bat, that one sent deep into center field, and it's going to be over the fielder's head. Another run for Yankton. Sheldon's taking off for third. The throw doesn't make it in time. Isabel Sheldon, an RBI triple. Brooklyn King now at the plate. She's coming off an RBI single. About everybody's getting in on the fun here. Brooke Devine scored in place of Kyra Churchma. That is a triple for Isabel Sheldon, as now Brooklyn King at the plate. No swing on the first pitch, it's a ball. And now ball two. 2-0 the count for Brooklyn King working against Brindley Moaning. By the way, Yankton, 12 base hits, 13 runs. And Brooklyn King now facing a 3-0 count. Very favorable for her. On deck awaits Madison Musfelt for Yankton. The 3-0 pitch, it's fouled off. And King's been hitting well enough. She's one of the players you probably do give that green light on. Well, even if it's 3-0. She came into the game batting .383. And right now is 1 for 2, so right around 400 on the season. As that one into right field, the wind is going to cause issues, and it drops in for a hit. An RBI single again for Brooklyn King. Yankton leads by 10. Sheldon comes across and scores. King another single, and Madison Musfelt will now bat. And if we were going to try and say the wind is not a factor here, that would just be straight up a lie. Both teams have gotten a hit or two off of that wind. Musfelt sits on a called strike one. Oh, 1 the count here, 2 outs and a runner on first. Now 1-1. Liza Gurney awaits on deck here for Yankton. Musfelt at the plate. It's Brooklyn King on first after her last base hit. Now 1-1. Musfelt, a swing and a miss, makes it 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, and a couple of outs here. And that one will be rung up for strike 3, and it wraps up here the the top half of the third inning. Brindley Moaning, her second strikeout, but not before Yankton puts up 4 runs off of 4 hits, 1 error in the field, and 1 left on base. Yankton, their largest lead of the game. It is 14-4 over Beresford. When we return, Kate Dagan for the Watchdogs will lead things off as the 6th hitter in their lineup. It's here on Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
MT and RC Smith Insurance has been a part of the Yankton community since 1949. Our agency would love to help you with your home, auto, business, life, and long-term care insurance needs.
We take pride in providing you with quality service when you have a claim or need to make changes to your coverage.
The MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency is flexible to meet with you in person or at the office at 204 West 4th Street. Give them a call for insurance changes, payments, claims, or service requests.
Craving something boss level delicious? Come out to Boss Pizza and Chicken, where flavor meets delicious and delicious meets drooling. Your taste buds won't be the same when you taste the bold flavors of Boss Pizza and Chicken. From crispy chicken to juicy burgers to handcrafted specialty pizzas, Boss has it all. Serving lunch and dinner Monday through Sunday starting at 11 o'clock. That's why they're the boss. Boss Pizza and Chicken, just waiting to crush your cravings.
Well, I apologize. My timing has just not been great here today. 1 pitch, 1 out as Kate Dagan flies out quick to Kyra Churchma behind home plate. Brings up Brindley Moaning to the plate. Harper Olson on deck. Moaning, the new pitcher for the Watchdogs after 1 1/3 inning that we saw earlier from Riley Lorvik. Gary fires in a strike, 0-1 the count. As that one misses outside, 1-1 the count. That's the thing, just getting an out with the first hitter. Neither team has been able to do that until here in the bottom of the third inning. Gary continues pitching here for Yankton as a dribbler over to first, scooped up by Musfeldt. She'll touch first, and we've got out number 2. Yankton's defense locking in right now. 4 batters in a row have been out for the Watchdogs. Harper Olsen now at the plate with Ashlyn Olsen on deck. Reese Olsen in the hole. That one fouled off, and you know, I didn't ask if the Olsens were all sisters, but you got to imagine 3 Olsens in the lineup, all playing softball for the same team. There's got to be some relationship there. 2 outs here, an 0-1 count, no runners on. It's Harper Olsen at the plate. Reese Gary sends in another one. It's fouled back, out of play, 0-2. We've got our largest lead of the game, Yankton up 10. This is a 12-6 Beresford team. 0-2 the count here. Gazelles trying to make quick work of this defensive inning as that one fouled off. Harper Olsen, the 8th hitter in the lineup for Beresford, and the Watchdogs in their first 2 innings put up 4 runs, 3 in the first, 1 in the second. They've had a hit and at least a run in each inning at the plate, trying to keep it the same here. Again, fouled back, up and out of play. So far, it's felt like a nice bounce back for the Gazelles after that Sturgis Brown game that Coach Moose said it's going to sting for a little bit. But, you know, you got to get ready for the next game, and right now the Gazelles do look prepared. Another foul ball, and a great job by Harper Olsen at the plate, just continuing to battle in there against Reese Gary. 0-2, your count stays. Gary sends it in and out of play. So Harper continues to fight in at the plate. And just low from Gary there. Had it been called strike 3, would have been her 3rd strikeout of the game. I do agree it was just a touch low, but that is a great miss there from your pitcher, especially in a battle when it's 0-2 for the last couple of pitches. That one hit up, and Musfeldt will pull it in as Madison Musfeldt will take 2 herself. It's a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Watchdogs. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on base. Yankton has an opportunity to extend their already 10-run lead here as we return. Eliza Gurney will lead things off with September Rao on deck and Callie Koletsky in the hole. Here on Yankton, streaming on YouTube, it's 14-4, Yankton leads.
Warmer days are coming, and sooner or later your air conditioning will need to kick in as well. But what if it doesn't? Well, don't wait. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling. With 43 years in the business, we're very knowledgeable on what we do and how we serve our customers. You can rest assured that when you call day or night, someone will always pick up the call. Join our elite club today and become a priority member. Skip the line, get discounts on services, and have no overtime fees. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling for expert service from factory-trained technicians.
And back to the field. It is the top of the 4th as we near our halfway point of this ball game. And, well, if Yankton hangs on to a 10-run lead, we've already crossed the halfway point. But it's a very good Beresford team here. Do not be surprised if they make a push and make things interesting in this one. Gazelles 6-10 on the season. Beresford 12-6. But Gazelles, the opening lead in this one. Eliza Gurney lines it right up dead center. Her first base hit of the game is a good one. Eliza Gurney reaches, and September Rao now to the plate for the Gazelles. You know, hey, cycle's not looking too unlikely for her. She's got the 2 toughest. A triple and a home run. Just needs a double and a single, but of course, Easier said than done. Rao fouls off the first pitch, 0-1 the count she faces. "14 base hits for Yankton, 14 runs. Talk about an offensive performance. Next pitch comes in high, 1-1. They've scored at least 4 runs every inning so far. Their innings have followed as 6 runs, 4 runs, and 4 runs. We'll see what they do here in the top of the 4th as Rao faces a 1-1 count. That one fouled off, makes it 1-2. Wind just continues to blow here on the field. September Rao, I mean, talk about a reliable 9th hitter in the lineup right now. On the season, batting a .348 after a couple of hits. That will increase. And a hard hit grounder, but it is fouled off down the third baseline. And she doesn't quite have as many at-bats as a lot of the other players, so 2 for 2 to start will affect her batting average a lot more than someone who has seen at-bats every single game. So I would probably guess right now her average is 400, if not higher. 1-2 your count now. Brindley Moaning works away in the circle here for the Watchdogs. On first, Eliza Gurney after her last base hit. A near attempt there. September Rao holds off, and that one was well high, so a good call. 2-2 now the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes here. Moaning sends it in, a swing and a miss, and Moaning will get strikeout number 3 in the game for her, and the first out here in the top of the 4th as we've reached back to the top of the lineup. Callie Koletsky. No, it won't be Callie Koletsky at the plate. Got the windbreaker on, and Keely Mosier will step up to the plate as I get a little help here. 1 out with a runner on first. So in place of Callie Koletsky, Keely Mosier will get her first at bat of the game. I would expect just hitting for Koletsky. And 1 out, a runner on first. Gurney remains on first. And the first pitch here for Keely is high, ball 1. Trying to see who's on deck, if it'll be Ava Gerard or another sub. Hard to tell with this post right in our way. Does look like maybe a sub. 1-0 the count here, and Mosier is swing and a miss. So Koletsky up to this point was 2 for 2 in the game with a bean as well. A swing and a miss there again for Mosier, and now Moaning leads 1-2 in the count. And lately, Jill Muth has definitely sprinkled in some players to get some at-bats here at the varsity level who had previously not seen them. 1-2 the count. Now 2-2 as that one sent and high, ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes here, and Mosier, a swing and a miss. Moaning gets 2 strikeouts in a row. And now Hannah Chrisman will bat in place of Ava Gerard. So 2 outs here and a runner on first. Yankton's streak of scoring in every inning. They need one to come across here, but face 2 outs. Hannah Chrisman at the plate here in place of Ava Gerard. Her first at bat of the game. A swing and a miss there, 0-1 the count. It does look like Burns awaits on deck, so no sub for her. Moaning sends in the second pitch, and Chrisman, I believe, fouled it off 0-2. We've seen Hannah Chrisman catching here for the Gazelles, and she filled in a couple times for Churchman. I'll tell you what, she did an awfully good job too. Now facing an 0-2 count, and Moaning will get the job done. And strike 3 going down swinging is Chrisman, as Moaning takes all 3 herself for 4 strikeouts in the game. No runs off of 1 hit, no errors in the field, and 1 left on base in Eliza Gurney, who led off the inning. As we reach our halfway point, we'll be back in a moment with your mid-game stat breakdown.
Slumberland Furniture at 2401 Broadway in Yankton, home of Kirkland Furniture Groups, bedroom groups by Laguna, and dining sets by Tower and Catadel. They're also the only place to offer furniture by Flex Steel and the biggest selection of Lazy Boy in the area. The Mattress Gallery is full of the best brand name mattresses in the business, including the all-new Tempur-Pedic Active Breeze personalized climate-controlled mattress. Slumberland Furniture, dining, bedroom sets, and mattresses in Yankton.
And back onto the field as we real quick tally up our numbers here. We'll again have that mid-game stat breakdown in a moment. It's brought to you by Grassland Heating and Cooling, your local Bosch home comfort dealer. Welcome to the family. There goes one of my papers, just might be gone here for better or for worse, as a quick grounder off of the glove of Gurney into left field it goes, and that will be Yankton's first error here of the game. As for the Gazelles, 14 runs off of 14 hits, 1 error in the field. They've left 3 on base. Beresford with 4 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors in the field, and 4 left on base with their 12-6 record. And the first pitch coming in misses just by a touch, ball 1. A base runner on here for the Watchdogs, who've got some work to do. That one in for a strike, 1-1. And a grounder over to second. King will tag the runner, throws it to first, gets the relay. What a play by Brooklyn King, and a heads-up play as we watch the replay, brought to you by Yankton Winnelson, second-generation family-owned and supporting the local community, including Yankton Athletics since 1981. And again, just moments ago, we had the mid-game stat breakdown brought to you by Grassland Heating and Cooling in Yankton. A quick 2 outs here now. Gary finds the zone here as working at the plate are the Watchdogs. A swing and a miss makes it 0-2. To try and get all my stats caught up here. It's been a busy bottom of the 4th inning here. That one comes in high for a ball, 1-2. It'll make your count. And the next one misses for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a grounder back up the middle, this time for a base hit for Harley Koth. Harley Koth has had a nice day at the plate. She's now 2 for 2. She has 2 of her team's 5 base hits. Ivy Kaiser now at the plate, the catcher for the Watchdogs. She's 1 for 1. 2 outs she faces with 1 out, and the Watchdogs need some runs here. They trail 10. Now, of course, it is 10 runs after 5, and that one, a line drive just over Gurney's glove, sent into left field, a base hit, back-to-back for the Watchdogs. If Gurney had pulled that one in, that would have been an absolute incredible play. About a 1/10 of a second to react over there. Not given much of an option. And Brielle Bidney will run, courtesy for Ivy Kaiser yet again. By the way, Kaiser's now 2 for 2. Cleanup hitter Riley Lorvik will step up to the plate. On deck is Taven Tiedemann. Harley Koth on second, and on first is Brielle Bidney in place of Ivy Kaiser. 2 outs here in this one. Hit up and fouled off towards the right field side. Had some distance to it, but she'll be forced to step back into the box here and take another pitch or 2. Yankton right now leads 10, But again, Beresford has 12 wins for a reason. This is a very good team. Gary finds the zone, now up 0-2 in the count. So it definitely feels like a game you want to keep your foot on the gas here. You do not want to let up. 0-2 here, and Gary just misses inside. Churchma fires down to first, and that one nearly going to right field. A nice snag there by Musfelt to keep it put, and the runners will not be able to advance due to it. 2 outs, Yankton looking for that third one, but Beresford trying to 2-out rally. Now a 2-2 count. Two balls, 2 strikes here. Lorvik awaits on the next one. She now faces a full count here, and a walk would load the bases here for the Watchdogs. The 3-2 pitch, ball 4, and the Watchdogs have a runner on every base. Koth over to third, Kaiser to second, and Riley Lorvik on first with a walk. It brings up Taven Tiedemann to the plate. She's 1 for 2 in the game, and her team could really use a base hit here. Fresh count here, but nowhere to put the hitter. Gary sends it in, low and inside, maybe a little. 1-0 the count. Kate Dagan awaits on deck. And that one, just low, ball 2. Gary with the 2-0 pitch here. And that one just a little high, so now a 3-0 count, and a walk would score one here for the Watchdogs, as they really would like to have some runners, or runs score. That one is ball 4, and Beresford will bring one across. Koth will come across. Over to third now is Brielle Bidney. Riley Lorvik to second, and Taven Tiedemann on first with a back-to-back walks here, and Kate Dagan at the plate. It's that one, ball 1. It's 9 balls thrown here in a row by Reese Gary. That is not the normal. That one looks good to me, it is. 1-1 your count here. Now 1-2. So that leads down to 9 for Yankton. Still a very respectable lead. They near that 10-run rule, but that's after 5. And a foul ball here. It'll stay the same on our count. One and 2 your count remains, and just outside it's sent from Gary. The 2-2 pitch, and it's a line drive fouled off towards the third base side. We've had a lot of good hit foul balls. I feel like a lot of foul balls in general. Another 2-2 pitch here. Reese Gary working in the circle as that one hit high up, and it's into left field. Gerard trying to track it down and is able to pull it in on the run, and that wraps up our 4th inning of action here. The Beresford Watchdogs get a run scored off of 2 hits, 1 error in the field, and 2 left on base. We are officially 4 innings in, 3 to go here as we enter the top of the 5th inning. Leading things off when we return will be Jocelyn Burns for the Gazelles, who lead 14-5.
Doctors Lane, Reed, and Cole Swatsky make up the SWAT Chiropractic team. Check out their new location at 2000 Summit Street, Yankton, South Dakota. At SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, they'll treat your neck and back pain, headaches and migraines, plantar fasciitis, sciatica, sports injuries, elbow, knee, rotator cuff, nerve injuries, and more. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy. Let them get you ready for wherever life leads you.
There's a whole new world out there. It's called the off-road, and it's waiting to be explored in a Polaris. So gear up to make every moment count with the Polaris off-road vehicle. The new Polaris models are now available at Stockman's Motorsports in Yankton. No matter the weather, get ready to tackle all the trails. With machines like these, your world just gets bigger. Stop in at Stockman's Motorsports today to learn more about the epic new Polaris off-road lineup.
And onto the field, it'll be Brooke Devine to lead us off here in this inning, as she'll take the first pitch. Well high, ball one. So Brooke Devine, her first at bat in this game. We've seen her run a couple of times, but now batting in place of Jocelyn Burns as Olivia Puck awaits on deck. Now, I think umpires asking Muth what these substitutions were. Not sure if it was information was relayed correctly, and either way, should be able to just get that noted and on with the game, right? So Brooke Devine at the plate, Olivia Puck on deck. We'll await to see who's in the hole. And kind of as expected, got the substitutions noted for the umpire, and back to game time action. Brooke sits on that one. It's a called strike one. 1-1 the count here as Devine leads it off, so no runners, no outs. Devine, a dribbler back up to Moaning, who barehands it, sends it over to first, and it's dropped at first for an error. Devine, a leadoff base runner for the Gazelles. So now Olivia Puck will bat, her first time at the plate. It does look like Isabel Sheldon's on deck, and we'll take her at bat. So now Olivia with her first at bat of the game. Again, if Yankton pushes this to 10, the Watchdogs will need to score a run to keep it going. We'll see, though. It is a 9-run lead, as Yankton getting a lot of opportunities for some players who didn't bat earlier in the game, as the top 4 of the lineup have all been substitutions. Umpires talking things over, and Devine's out, and I'm not really quite sure why. So Coach Muth is going to, no, I think Devine is going to come back. Maybe they're going to say the ball hit her leg off of the swing. So Brooke Devine is, okay, it sounded like I just heard the ball hit the bat twice. So 1-2 the count here, and Devine will go down swinging. It's a scratch what we were just talking about. Olivia Puck will now bat, but now 1 out, no runners on. Moaning picks up strikeout number 5. Olivia Puck will stand in. 1 out, no runners on. Little confusion here on the field. It was a very delayed on the switch, but you know, if it's the right call, it's the right call. 1-0, Puck fouls it off, make it 1-1. You know, I had to jump through a few hoops to get here, but here we are. And Olivia Puck, I'll change that graphic. She is at the plate, not Brooke Devine, as she was just up. As Puck sits on a called strike 2. The next pitch is sent in high, ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes here. Olivia Puck at the plate against Brinley Moaning. The next one is low, ball 3. Counts full. Olivia Puck, her first at bat of the game, and fouls it off of the backstop. It'll bounce, and count stays the same. Brinley Moaning will be forced to throw another payoff pitch. 3-2 your count. The wind is blowing. And it's sent in. Puck lines it towards the right field side and again fouls it off. Good contact off of the bat of Puck right there. Moaning fighting in the circle here for the Watchdogs, has thrown a lot of strikes, and she will get strike 3 as Puck goes down swinging, and Isabel Sheldon now at the plate. So Sheldon faces 2 outs, no runners on, and puts it into play right away, and it's picked up at first, and she'll be tagged as a runner on her way to first. 3 up, 3 down inning for Yankton. The Watchdogs defense holds on strong and keeps it a 9-run difference here, as no runs off of no hits, no errors, and none left on base here. Bottom of the 5th inning, Watchdogs back at the plate. Leading things off will be the pitcher, Brinley Moaning, followed by Harper Olsen on deck and Ashlyn Olsen in the hole. Here on Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Imagine working for a successful global business with customers in 140 countries. That's Vishay Intertechnology, a Fortune 1000 maker of electronic componentry. Now imagine a company of that size with that kind of stability and a caring family-like environment. Learn more about what you can do at Vishay by visiting VishayCareers.com. Vishay is an equal opportunity employer. Vishay, the DNA of tech.
And back onto the field here. Gazelles back in the field. Reese Gary in the circle for the Gazelles. Kyra Churchman behind home plate, as it's been all game. And Brinley Moaning to lead things off for the Watchdogs, who need some runs. Well, maybe don't need, but certainly would feel better about their chances if they could start some runs here. 1-0, now 2-0. Moaning in this game, 0 for 2, looking for base hit number 1 or a walk. Either way, it's become an any-way on situation for these Watchdogs, and now a quick 3-0 count for Moaning. Watchdogs put up 3 runs right away in that first inning, and then their next 3 innings combined for 2. And it is a 4-pitch walk here. Brinley Moaning on first brings up Harper Olsen to the plate. And a courtesy runner, it'll be Gwen Traxler. This feels like for the Watchdogs, they have a chance to kind of work their way back into this game. A couple of shutout innings here for Gazelles on offense. If they can score some runs here. And now that pitch comes in high, ball 1. Of course, Gazelles looking to just play great defense from here on out. There 1-0 and 2-0 now. Next one finds a zone, 2-1 here. So Reese Gary got to give credit, even when she has a streak of throwing some balls in a row, always finds a way to answer back, and right there. 2 strikes in a row, and now it's a 2-2 count. Harper Olsen 0 for 2 in the game, looking to reach base for the first time. Ashlyn Olsen awaits on deck. And that one will be rung up for strike 3, and Reese Gary gets an out for her squad. Going down watching is Harper Olsen, and Reese Gary picks up strikeout number 3 in the game. She'll add to her season total. Ashlyn Olsen now at the plate. Faces 1 out with 1 runner on first. And the first pitch. A little delayed reaction from the ump, so I was assuming it was called a ball, but it's a strike. Churchman does a nice job behind home plate, snags in the pitch, and will keep the runner put. That one fouled off, straight back into a 1-2 count. One ball, 2 strikes here. Ashlyn Olsen working at the plate, now faces a 2-2 count as that one was sent low and inside. And just outside, count now full, 3-2. Not a bad miss there from Gary. Now 3-2, and it is ball 4. 2 runners on here for the Watchdogs, who are looking to rally late in the game. Their 2 runners have come off of walks and 6 base hits so far in the game. It's been an okay day at the plate for the Watchdogs, a team that averages over 9 runs per game. And now a timeout on the field as Coach Cooley will make her way into the circle. It's a Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break. When we return, 2 runners on with just 1 out.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
And out of the break, no changes here. Just kind of wanting to talk with their team and discuss and maybe calm them down a little bit. Say, it's all right, we've got a 9-run lead. We just don't want to let this get out of hand. First pitch comes in for a called strike 1. Reese Olsen at the plate. And that one hit up. It's into center field. Koletsky's tracking it. And in and out of the glove. That wind certainly affected it. They try to get the runner at third, and she reached safely. It's an unfortunate error in the field. But bases are loaded here with just 1 out for the Watchdogs. Over to third moves Gwen Traxel, running in place of Brinley Moaning. To second is Ashlyn Olsen. Reese Olsen now in first with the error, and a foul ball out of play here for the first strike. An 0-1 count with Harley Koth at the plate. That one finds the zone as well, 0-2. So if you're Yankton, no harm, no foul yet. But bases loaded, 1 out, the second hitter in the Beresford lineup at the plate. You certainly do not want to let them, you don't want to give them any momentum here, as you've kind of led throughout the entire game. As I mentioned earlier, kind of a keep the foot on the gas type of situation for Yankton. 1-2 the count here, and a grounder. It's over to Burns. She picks it up, gets the runner at second, the relay to first. Not quite, but Yankton does get a much needed out, number 2. So Beresford will score a run, but get an out. And if you're Yankton, that is a payoff or a trade you're willing to make here. As Traxler gets home, Ashlyn Olsen over to third. Reese Olsen is out at second, and Harley Koth will reach off of the fielder's choice. It's now Ivy Kaiser, who's 2 for 2 at the plate. Gary finds the zone for an 0-1 start in the count. And now a foul ball out of play, 0-2 now the count. So Kaiser will have to protect the plate as it is now 6-14 Beresford, trailing. An outside pitch. Churchman will throw it down to first, and the Watchdogs are going to score off of it. The pitch was a ball, then it was thrown down to first, and thrown maybe not quite as on target as you'd like, so Ashton Olsen takes off for home, and then Harley Coth takes second, as off of Gurney at third, a hard hit grounder, and another base runner. The Watchdogs have something cooking here with 2 outs. Another error, as there's now 3 in the game for Yankton. 2 outs, and the Gazelles just needing to get this final out here and get out of this inning. As Brielle Bidney will be a courtesy runner yet again. Riley Lorvik at the plate. She is looking for base hit number 1, her team looking for some extra runs. They've put up 2 here so far in the 5th inning. She'll sit on a called strike 1. And as I had mentioned, this Watchdogs team, a very good team. Don't be surprised if they make a push, and right now it feels like they're getting a little bit heading their direction for momentum, as that one fouled off and out of play. Of course, Yankton's still a good 7-run lead in the advantage, but Beresford kind of getting a good feel at the plate here. And another foul ball out of play once again. 0-2 the count here, advantage Reese Gary, and time on the field. As Churchma got to tie her shoe quick. That one, a wild pitch, gets to the backstop, and the 3rd run of the inning will come across for Beresford. The lead has been cut down to 6. Both runners advance. Really exactly what the Watchdogs needed, but Reese Gary will close out the inning with a strikeout. Lorvik will go down swinging, and that wraps up our 5th inning. We've got 2 to go. The Watchdogs put up 3 runs off of no hits, 2 errors in the field, and 1 left on base. When we come back, the Gazelles are at the plate, and leading things off when we do come back, we'll see if it's Brooklyn King or another hitter in the lineup.
Ooh, I knew I should have had those brakes checked. At Graham Tire, it's all about safety. Tire mounting, balancing, wheel alignment, and shocks and struts and batteries, oil changes, and lube service. Graham Tire does these every day. And there's over an acre of tires. Graham Tire has them all, big and small. Tires for cars, trucks, campers, trailers, big rigs, and tracks. Honesty and integrity is a matter of pride since 1951. Graham Tire, Yankton.
Back to the field, it's 14-8 after 5 innings of action. The Gazelles leading, but the Watchdogs have gained 4 runs over the last 2 innings of action. Brooklyn King to lead off our inning with Madison Musfelt on deck. In the hole, Eliza Gurney. Top of the 6th inning here. Brooklyn King is 2 for 3 in the game. And that one misses outside. And Yankton's bats started out hot. They had 13 hits across the first 3 innings, 1 total in the next 2 innings. 2-0 the count here for King. Low and inside, ball 3. Now, if you're Yankton, you're thinking your offense has been a little bit slowed down lately. Do you just hold and hope for a walk, or do you give her the green light? Either way, doesn't matter. It misses for ball 4, and King reaches first yet again. Madison Musfelt at the plate here. Jordan Kudera now batting for the first time in place of Musfelt. So we do have another change up here. Kudera, her first at bat of the game. By the way, that is the first walk for Brinley Moaning in this game, and talk about a performance for her to come in and just throw nothing but strikes. But now she's opened this inning with 5 straight balls as Jordan Kudera, no swing, is up 1-0 in the count. A runner on first in Brooklyn King. Next one in the dirt ball, 2. Now, these are one of those patterns you got to recognize as a batter. It's been 6 straight balls. Probably, unless it is a perfect pitch, you're not swinging. So 2-0 the count here. No outs and a runner on first. As Kudera does sit on it, and now you've seen one. Now is the time to let her go. 2-1 the count here. Moaning trying to get her defense right back into it. And now a 3-1 count, so a hitter's count for Kudera. Kudera also a basketball player. We saw him making plenty of plays throughout the season. Here in softball, has gotten to the varsity level a few games, and now fouls one out for a full count. Counts full, 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, and a runner on first. Moaning sends it home, and Kudera sits on it, as that'll be called for a strike 3. So Eliza Gurney now her 4th at bat of the game. She is 1 for 3 so far. And Moaning gets strikeout 7. 7-1 strikeouts to walks. And Gurney no swing. It's a ball 1-0. Gurney's last hit was a line drive up the middle, and that one hit hard into left center. It's a gapper, and Gurney's going to have extra bases. Heading for third here and reaching his king, Gurney a standing double. She's 2 for 4 in the game, and Yankton is threatening to score again. September Rao now at the plate again. 2 for 3 with a triple and a home run. Then struck out in her last at bat, and again, that is quite common coming off a home run to strike out. A lot of players that happens to. It's tough to avoid. Runners on second and third for her, though. A swing and a miss there. She's now facing a 1-1 count. On deck awaits the top of the lineup in Callie Koletsky. And it is Koletsky on deck. Mosier batted for her last time around. Ball 2 as that one sent inside. Two on the count here, and Rao puts it up and fouled off. Out of play it goes. Made good contact on that one. Just a little behind it here. Two balls, 2 strikes here, and Moaning. It's high. Count now full. Already 1 walk here in this game. Or in this inning, excuse me, for Moaning. Her lone of the game. Count full here for September Rao, who lines it into left center. That's going to score 2, and September Rao takes off for second. September Rao wants another triple. She'll slide in safely. A 2 RBI triple in September Rao. What a day at the plate. That is 2 more RBIs to her total here in this one. 16-8 it makes your game. Callie Koletsky at the plate for Yankton. That feels like for Yankton just swung the momentum right back into their favor as they lead once again by 8. Koletsky holds off, ball 1. Awaiting on deck is Ava Gerard. Coming up, we'll have our First Dakota National Bank post-game show, as well as our hot hitter of the game, brought to you by Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. And I'll tell you what, we got a few options, multiple players with multiple hits. Out of the foul ball, it's a 1-1 count for Koletsky. One ball, one strike here. Koletsky holds off ball 2. She's got Rao on third, just 1 out. Ava Gerard awaits on deck. Next one sent in high, ball 3. The 3-1 count here favoring Koletsky as she'll put this one right back into play. It drops in, Rao will score, and Yankton's up 17-8. Koletsky, her 3rd base hit of the game. This time gets an RBI with it. Ava Gerard will now stand at the plate. She's got a couple of base hits. A double and a single. She's 2 for 3. Fouls that one out of play, 0-1 the count, as Koletsky took off for second. She'll have to trot back to first. I think every time she's been on first, she's stolen second. 0-1 here, and Koletsky will stay put this time. That one a ball for Gerard. Ava's looking for base hit number 3 in the game. And it's low and inside. Another ball. Koletsky takes off for second. Steals it cleanly, but it's a little closer than maybe you like to see if you're the runner. 2-1 your count here. Ava Gerard standing in at the plate, working against Brindley Moaning. Hits it high up into shallow right field. It's drifting further and further, and it stays fair. It'll drop in for a base hit for Gerard. Koletsky will stay put at third, and Gerard's got a double. Back-to-back base hits for the Gazelles, and they are rolling yet again on offense. 4 hits in this inning, and Jocelyn Burns now at the plate for Yankton. That was a perfect example of the wind getting you a base hit. 1-0 the count here is Yankton in this one. 18 base hits I've got them for, 17 runs. They lead 9. And Burns right up the middle. It's going to put Yankton up double digits. Taking off for home is Gerard, and it's a 2 RBI single for Jocelyn Burns. Make it 19-8, an 11-run lead for Yankton with Kyra Churchman to the plate. So any momentum it felt like maybe Beresford had gotten after those few runs, Yankton just pulled right back. Kyra Churchman now at the plate. Strike 1. Number 2 and Isabel Sheldon will bat here for Yankton. Sheldon is 2 for 3 with a single and a triple. Has a runner on second in Jocelyn Burns. Fouls off the first pitch, 0-1 the count. Now Yankton's put the pressure on Beresford, who will need 2 runs at least to keep this game alive in the bottom half of this inning. Moaning's next one, a changeup, and Sheldon way ahead of it, but fouls it off yet. And that one a little low, but Sheldon does pick it up and puts it into the air, but it will be caught for out number 3 as our top of the 6th is over and Beresford needs some runs. Yankton with 4 runs off of 5 base hits, no errors in the field, and 1 left on base. The Watchdogs need 2 runs to keep this game alive, otherwise Yankton picks up win number 7 on the season. When we return, leading things off will be the 5th hitter in the lineup in Taven Tiedemann here on Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Midwest Insurance Agency values family. Our agency has been family run for over 60 years. We pride ourselves on excellent, knowledgeable customer service. This day and age, everyone is so eager to have an immediate response with a quote. But at Midwest Insurance, we take our time and evaluate your assets and make sure you are properly insured. We take those what ifs very seriously. As we continue on our family business with hopes of our children, Brooke or Jet, taking over in the future, we will continue to be there for you always. Come be a part of our family. Midwest Insurance Agency, 3016 Piper Street, Yankton.
Welcome to JR's Oasis, your one-stop food and gas shop. Proud to serve Phillips 66 regular, premium, and diesel fuel. After fueling, go inside for slushies and shakes, ice cream cones, and now offering a full line of healthy, chilled items and snacks. JR's hot menu is great for breakfast, lunch, and supper, featuring the famous Hammer Breakfast Sandwich and fresh hand-patty burgers. Try the new Cafe Tango frozen coffees for that extra boost of deliciousness. JR's Oasis, East Highway 50, Yankton.
And back to the field here, bottom of the 6th inning. It's 19-8. Yankton leads it. If they hold Beresford to 1 or less runs, that is ball game. Taven Tiedemann at the plate to lead off, faces a 2-0 count here after the first 2 pitches. And a line drive sent into left field. Ava Gerard pulls it in for an out. Great contact there by Taven Tiedemann, but unfortunately for her, Gerard just ready for it in left field. Kate Dagan now at the plate with Brindley Moaning on deck. 2 outs they have to work with. No swing, but it's good for a strike, 0-1. This one lofted high up, could be trouble. Burns calls everyone off, pulls it in for out number 2. Yankton is 1 out away from victory here. Brindley Moaning now at the plate. Brindley Moaning at the plate here. Her team needs a rally. First pitch sent in high, ball 1. Moaning in the game 0 for 2, but was walked in her last at bat. No runners on, and she works with 2 outs as she fouls that one straight back. 1-1 your count. That one fouled back. 1-2 the count. Carey can wrap it up herself if she gets the strikeout. And that one lined into the outfield. Gerard can't quite bring it in. Koletsky will pick it up. And a base hit for Beresford. They needed that one. Moaning on first with a single, and their 7th base hit of the game for the Watchdogs. We will have a courtesy runner. It will be Gwen Traxler. And Harper Olson at the plate here. Has a runner on with 2 outs. And a fresh count here. It's in for a strike. 0-1 the count. Harper Olson at the plate. 2 outs here with a runner on first. And Beresford needs 2 runs. That pitch misses outside. 1-1 the count now. And a liner hit towards third, but fouled off. One ball, 2 strikes here. Reese Gary the advantage in the circle. It's Harper Olson at the plate. Sends it in, and it's hit up. Yankton might have a chance at it, and out of play. 1-2 again here. Reese Gary again sends it home. This time it's high, ball 2. An opportunity to end this one here. Yankton leads 11. The mercy rule is 10 after 5 innings. But of course, you've got to play that bottom half to give the home team an opportunity. If this was in Yankton, we would be all wrapped up. 2-2 the count remains as that one's fouled off. Harper Olson doing a nice job fighting in at the plate. And now a full count, 3-2. Beresford needs 2 to come across. And if Harper reaches, those are the 2 runs they'd need. Count full, and again it's fouled off towards the third base side. Our game just a little bit over 2 hours here, as first pitch was right around 3 o'clock, 5:05 on the clock right now. The 3-2 pitch again, fouled off out of play. Talk about a great at-bat here so far for Harper Olson, especially if she's able to reach base. 3-2 your count with 2 outs. A windy Beresford game here. And that is ball 4, so Beresford, 2 base runners on, and Ashlyn Olson, the 9th hitter in the lineup at the plate. And it feels like Reese Gary has 8 walks, but certainly doesn't feel like she's had a ton of walks. But it's been really kind of 1 each inning, and then 2 in 1 or 2 innings. Swing and a miss there from Olson. Gary leads 0-1 in the count. Sends in the next one. It's fouled back and a quick 0-2 count. No balls, 2 strikes. And that one just barely misses. As Gary's got to fire in another. 1-2 the count for her. 2 outs. Swing and a miss, and that is out number 3. Reese Gary will take the final one herself here as Ashlyn Olson goes down swinging, and Reese Gary picks up strikeout number 5. That is our final score here on the field today. 19-8, the Yankton Gazelles pull off the victory. Dropping to 12-7 are the Beresford Watchdogs, with the Yankton Gazelles advancing to 7-10 on the season. Coming up, we've got all of your post-game stats, your post-game brought to you by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton, as well as your hot hitter of the game brought to you by Kaiser Heating and Cooling. We'll step aside for a moment while we get our stats added up, and hopefully we will hear from head coach Jill Muth and one of the Gazelles here during our post-game as they get set up for a JV game.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
From simple sniffles to complex health conditions, the primary care providers at Yankton Medical Clinic will not only see you for your annual visits, screenings, and preventative care, but also provides care for the entire family, from pediatrics to adults. With 4 clinic locations and 15 outreach locations throughout South Dakota and Nebraska, compassionate, quality medical care is closer than you think. For more information on providers, services, and locations, visit our website, yanktonmedicalclinic.com.
As back on the field here for your First Dakota National Bank post-game show, your final stats in this one for the Gazelles: 19 runs off of 19 hits and 3 errors in the field, and they only left 4 on base all game. If you can put up 19 runs and only leave 4 runners on base, you're doing something right. Beresford with 8 runs off of 7 hits, 3 errors for them in the field as well. They left 9 on base. Your personal stats for the Gazelles: Kelly Koletsky went 3 for 3 at the plate, all singles, was also hit by a pitch. Keely Mosier in her place went 0 for 1. Ava Gerard was 3 for 4 with 2 doubles and a single. Hannah Chrisman went 0 for 1. Jocelyn Burns was 3 for 4 with 2 singles and a triple, also reached on an error. Brooke Devine went 0 for 1. Kyra Churchman was 1 for 4 with a double. Olivia Puck was 0 for 1. Isabel Sheldon went 2 for 4 with a single and a triple. Brooklyn King went 2 for 3 at the plate with 2 singles. Madison Musfelt went 0 for 2 but did reach on a walk. Jordan Kudera 0 for 1. Eliza Gurney in that game was 2 for 4 with a single and a double. And September Rao had 2 triples and a home run in that one, going 3 for 4. As we've got a couple players here for our post-game chat as the Gazelles take a victory here tonight, 19-8. First up, we've got Eliza Gurney. And Eliza, first of all, a great day at the plate for you. You had a couple of base hits, including a double. What did it look like at the plate? What was working well?
After my first couple at-bats, I kind of readjusted some footing stuff, which I've kind of been struggling with recently, and I guess found my way to get the ball, you know?
And now you're coming off another game, back-to-back games with 2 base hits. You know, how's it feel to get that rolling here?
I'm happy to get it back to where it was.
At third base here for this game, and that's the first time we've seen you there this season. I'm not sure if we saw you there at all last season at all. How does third base feel, and is it a little unnatural for you compared to the outfield?
Yeah, it's not my first time playing, but it's definitely something I'm not used to.
And your team gets the win. What did you just see? What went so well for the team in this game?
Our outfield was really strong. They were able to track the ball in this wind, and they were keeping it in front, and we were making plays.
And that I was going to ask you, how does the wind affected things here today?
Oh, it's rough. I mean, we saw the balls shifting up in left field, and we saw them shifting back in right field. It's not easy reading balls in this weather, but they made it work.
All right, well, appreciate the time here, Eliza. Great game, and congrats on the victory.
Thank you.
And now we've got September Rao here, another player. And September, you had a great game at the plate, 2 triples and a home run. First, of course, let's talk about that home run. How's it feel to get one over here?
Good.
Yeah. Feels good?
Yeah.
All right.
It's definitely better than what I've been doing, so.
And, of course, I'll ask you, how did the wind play into things here today?
I'm going to be completely honest. I didn't even see really where the ball was at every time she pitched it, so I just kind of trusted what my teammates said.
Well, it clearly worked well for you. And aggressive base running from you here today, a couple of triples, and, you unfortunately got caught in between third and home the one time. What was going through your head right there?
I personally think I'm fast enough to get anywhere that's in a radius that's even 20 feet, 15 feet away from me. So if I'm going, I'm probably going to go. It's just an instinct. So.
Well, you like to hear that. And how's it feel to come away with the win here with your team?
It feels great, especially because we're going to go to SODAC now, and especially because we're ranked higher than when we were last year, and it just feels great to play with them this year. So.
Well, appreciate the time here, September, and congrats on a great game and on the win.
Thank you.
And again, that was September Rao. Earlier heard from Eliza Gurney, as September Rao is our Kaiser Heating and Cooling hot hitter of the game. Kaiser Heating and Cooling, Yankton's original and most trusted heating and cooling professionals for over 76 years. Kaiser Heating and Cooling, 808 West 23rd Street of Yankton. And now for the third and final interview of our post-game, Coach Jill Muth. And Coach, what a game for your team. What a bounce back off of maybe one of the lesser offensive outputs. 19 runs off of 19 hits I've got you down for.
Yeah, we put the ball in play today, and it was real tough conditions for the outfield, but I would say a lot of the balls that we hit were going to be hits on any day. You know, we had a lot of balls, and Eliza Gurney had 2 balls in the left center gap, and we had, you know, we hit the ball line drive hard, a lot of those hits. So it was good for us to get back into hitting the ball a little bit, and hopefully that can get us going here into our last 3 games next week.
And, you know, you look at the fielding. I've got you down for 3 errors in the game, which you got to think in these conditions, that's probably not the worst. And that's with me being a little bit of a stickler, unfortunately, giving Callie Koletsky one there on a diving effort. Yeah, oh, the face you're making, you don't agree with me. I'm telling you, I'm a stickler with my errors.
Yeah, I suppose it probably was in your glove, but yeah, I mean, I think I told our outfielders we would take their performance today. We did not let a ball get past us, you know. I mean, we kept everything in front of us. We made some plays out there, and that's all we went out there. And before the game, I was trying to hit balls to the outfield, and I could hardly hit him a ball in the outfield. But yes, overall, I was really happy with our defense, and I'm going to give September a little break on that. On her rundown between third and home, that one was on me. I got caught watching Maddie score, and I turned back, and she was already past me, so I told her that was on me for not communicating with her, so I'm going to wear that one. That was not on September.
So we should have 20 runs is what I'm hearing, right?
Well, I think we got 2 girls thrown out. My dad always told me that, get a girl thrown out at home once in a while, you're not being aggressive enough, so I guess we can live with it.
I love that. And then one final quick question. You've just got 3 games in 3 days coming up, but you've got at least a few practices. And, of course, you got to work around graduation. What's the coming week look like for you?
Yeah, we're going to give them tomorrow off, and then we're going to practice, get in a good practice on Thursday, and then we're going to just hit on Friday, and then we'll play 3 games.
All right, well, appreciate the time here, Coach, and I'll let you get back to your the upcoming JV game, and appreciate the time as always. We'll talk with you before that game on Monday.
Yep, sounds good, Zach. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Again, that was head coach Jill Muth here of the Yankton Gazelles to wrap up our game, and that pretty much wraps it up here for us, as we will see you on Monday. Until then, have a great rest of your Tuesday, great week, and we'll see if the Gazelles can pull up some wins here and move up in the standings.
This has been a presentation of Yankton High School Softball on Yankton Streaming on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in, and join us next time for all the action.